What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting adventure on, I guess we used to call I Love Puppets back in the day, but we're actually better known as a Geeky Puppet Show. With tonight, and with as always, Geekeasy, and we're taking a bet here to see who will pop up first, Zach or Breen.
I'm going with Zach.
Zach usually gets off a little earlier, and don't make a joke about that. Um,
I hadn't even thought about it until you said something. I didn't even cross my mind until you brought it up.
We had the same kind of thoughts. Okay, so I was like, well, at least for the most part, you go way off left field sometimes, But what's up to Jay Lucian, who has already hit at Comics about 45 minutes ago? Evil Black Cat is officially our first listener here because he is actually here. The other person, if you're watching, is me on my phone. So we have two people watching. Got quite a few books this week. Some of them
I only have a few.
Majority of mine were good. I even got two new books I normally don't get it, and I picked them up because I figured, you know what? Let's go. Let's give them a shot again. And I might as well just start going into this. And what's up, Undead Quinn? Thank you for joining us. All right. I'm going to go with my number 12 book this week. Is Night People. I got it even though after Breen texted me, don't get it. It's garbage.
Yep.
The art, it was horrendous. It's a lot of nudity in here. But this is some of the sample art. This is like almost like worse than the Batman of animated series or Batman Adventures Continue art. That's supposed to be cartoony because it's based off the animated series. This has cartoon nudity. I'm not nasty, saggy lesbian tits.
Yeah, they weren't even lipstick lesbians either. And that's the sad part.
A lot of cats being eaten in this comic book issue. I mean, literally, they show you.
Okay, all right.
Conversation.
Speaking of lesbians, and you talk about cats being eaten. Never mind. There's so many jokes to go with that, but I won't.
Well, I know that the one that comes to mind is he's like cat, and the cat's like, they eat what? Yeah. Basically, it has to do with a cult, and I mean, the story wasn't really that great to begin with. This guy hires this former inmate. They kill this woman because he's tired of his wife he basically wants her to have an abortion, but she refuses to get one, and they're at this really the fourth kid, and I kind of just lost interest after that. I was just like, oh, okay, we're throwing so basically, Chris Condon just went full. I don't know. To be fair, I don't know if it says he's adapting it. So I don't know if that was originally part of the story and then he did this because the guy who originally wrote the story, it's a novel by Barry Gifford, The Secret Life of Insects. So I don't know, but I mean, I don't want to say like, oh, this is Chris Condon just creating his own story. This is him taking someone else's story and writing it. And I don't know how much creative liberties he had with this. For those who don't know Chris Condon, oh man, if I would have bet, I would have lost.
Oh,
yeah. But we're talking about your favorite book here.
Yeah.
Wow, and as I was telling the Geekeasy and everybody else, he's adapting a book, so I don't know how much is this him putting it in it, or this is him just following a letter to somebody else's work. But either way, it's garbage. The art's garbage. The story's garbage.
It's. I don't know if that's his. Whoever. I mean, okay, it's an election year. The Democrats' only winning position is abortion. So, look what this entire first half of the book is about.
Yep.
Yep,
especially right there, Even because she's an abortionist or something like that. In our conversation about abortion, I was like, that right there, I could give the art a pass a little bit until I saw the saggy lesbian tits in cartoony form, and I was just like, no, that's like Ruth Gatorsburg being naked. I don't want to see that either.
Ew.
Yeah, if that's
currently,
if that's either way, I don't know that I can read Chris Condon again. So
okay, but you also missed another part part in there about who the woman was sleeping with other than the girl. Did you not? Did you miss that?
Oh yeah. She had a baby with her brother
Yes.
because they believed in incest, and he's also a cult leader.
Yes.
And just like, and she's, like I said, it is just, yeah. Of course, who comes on top? Maybe a bad reference, but no. But she kills the cult guy, who is the father of the supposed baby in the beginning. The guy hires him, it was dumb. Now, like I said, these are like anthology stories, but giving a full issue though, which is really weird. Because the next one is the Ballad of Easy Earl, and maybe it's just this one. Maybe the guy who wrote and Chris Condon is just following the thing. But I mean, I don't know. Like I said, Chris Condon had one of the best books out. It was at the Enfield Gang Massacre in such a long time.
Well, that Texas Blood was excellent too. But
yeah. So I don't know. Is this just through Ani Press?
Yeah, it's Oni Press.
Oh, yeah. Edited by Megan Brown. Designed by Winston Gumbro. Assistant edits by Young Hoo Lee. Yeah. It says, content warning. This book contains sexual nudity, gun violence, gore, and tackles topics such as abortion and incest. Includes racist, sexist, and transphobic language.
I didn't see the trigger warning, but
right there. It's a blue under the other covers are there. Content warning. And yeah. Ugh. I don't know. Like I said, this one was a waste of $5.
Yeah, God forbid you might trigger some poor, helpless, gay or trans person, but everybody else with any kind of religious belief, fuck you. We're gonna shit all over you.
What's up, Fear Monarch? The price of that book was $4.99. Like I said, not worth the $5.
Nah, it was about $6 overpriced.
No. That was my number 11. Actually, I said I don't remember what number. That was my number 12. Scorch. Been liking this. Seating normally the one thing they did for this, they brought back a villain from the past. Turns out he's alive. That's someone from Jessica's past and Al's life. He's one of their teammates that basically it betrayed them in the beginning before they became spawns. She killed him because he killed a bunch of kids while they're so it turns out he's alive and wants revenge. And this is all takes place basically when the spawn team, all the world, they don't have their powers. They don't have the ability to spawn hell spawns. So they're vulnerable now. Now they can be killed. Art's been pretty good in here too. This is still Segovia doing on art here. This is Layman doing the writing on this. Like I said, I've been having fun with this. They brought back Haunt. Those are two brothers. One was a pastor, and he's haunted by his dead brother. And they have a power. They become kind of like a Spider-Man symbiote character. You see him right there. So it's Jessica. I forgot what the night one is. I think it's what spawn he's supposed to be. I think it's just Angel or Angeless or like. But overall, decent story. I've been actually enjoying this. It started when this first came out. Scorch, it was okay, and then it started getting really weird when they had like the Doomsday thing, and then after that, it just started picking up again. So, all right. Number 10 book, and I know this is a controversial book, but apparently by the 4th issue, you're going to get even more members. Ultimate X-Men, number 2. I actually enjoyed this. You can look past the title. I'm actually enjoying this a lot more than I guess a lot of people are. But it deals with the Shadow King. It deals with Armor, and then she just meets Surge. And there's supposed to be 2 new other X-Men characters you're creating that are going to be added in issue 4. It is very manga, and that doesn't really turn me off because I do read manga. Now, for those who are like, I don't want manga, I'm reading a comic book art. They don't want that. I understand. And that's why I said it's controversial. But like I said, I've been enjoying it. It's not usually my cup of tea, but It really feels like an indie book. And we get to see that when he actually this kid is supposed to be the Shadow King, I think, I guess, but he's a fat little kid that looks like Herbie. Apparently, is controlling the shadow form, and so he basically wants revenge against her for some reason. Maybe she turned him down. Who knows? Because she's a shy girl, and she basically thought she was the only one with mutant abilities, and she's starting to learn that there's more. So. It said like the biggest issue I had with this is that it's Ultimate X-Men. It's called Ultimate X-Men, but I mean, one could argue that the only one that actually has what the title is right now is Black Panther, because Spider-Man's not called Spider-Man in Ultimate Spider-Man, but it's still but even so, it's still miles better. But like I said, I enjoyed this book, but I imagine a lot of people, even people on the panel, probably didn't even pick this up.
Nope, I didn't. I think I remember seeing it, but I was just like, nope, after the first one.
And
yeah.
Everybody knows I'm not a huge Peach Momoko fan either. This is a first for me. Getting
I don't even like her covers. I mean, everyone goes nuts over covers. I don't even like that, and so it's just like
I don't know.
But it's all about it's a taste thing. So I mean, if you like it, you like it. Cool. You know, if not.
But like I said, I normally don't get these books or her stuff. So like I said, this has been kind of a interesting take for me to actually start enjoying stuff. Not that means I'm gonna go back and read her other stuff. All right. I think that was 10. Yep. No. Counting's hard, bro. This is number 9. Fairy Tale Team Up. Robin Hood and Gretel. There's these demons that are going around and adopting children and then stealing the youth from them. And it's up to Gretel and Robin Hood to basically go and stop these people. And you get to see a nice little team up between them two. If you've read Robin Hood, you've read Gretel, it's always a joy when they do team ups. I really enjoy it. Books even more. Yeah, we get to see Robin Hood gets, a Robin. She gets her youth basically stolen from her in this book because that's what these demons do. So she's a little older. Like I said, Xenoscope I've been having fun with these books. Usually when I first saw Xenoscope books, I know the covers were so freaking risque. I was just like, I was like a Puritan. I didn't even touch them. They're like, I was like, whoa, why doesn't this have a black cover in front of this? This looks like it looked like almost
the
like
only one that I got on the regular from Xenoscope was the Tales of Terror.
Oh, Tales of Terror.
Yeah.
Like I said, I started with Belle. That's where I started with there. Mystery 2099. I think that's Mr. E 2099 over on I Love Comics. I met him. He had read the Robin Hood series, he heard the first one. He's like, what? And so he's explained to me what it was. I picked up the first issue, which came out around 2011, 2012. Read through that, kept going it. I've just been enjoying, man. Go. Was it Goat and the Bunny, or was it Goat Man and Bunny? I always get those two confused names, but Xenoscope has a few good titles. Red Agent is another one I enjoyed. That it was Brittany Summers. I think she's basically supposed to be Little Red Riding Hood, but she's a werewolf and she's able to control other wolves. And they have Avril, who's her friend, her sidekick and a partner. She's a witch and helps her. They just bond against. Went to the island of Dr. Moreau, which was the evil scientist lady who was experimenting on people. So, like I said, it's like Once Upon a Time, but better. Not only the women look better, and then the stories are better. So this is $7. So Xenoscope used to do the 1 through 6, and then they have an annual, and then 1 through 6 again. They stopped doing that, so which I kind of miss. I miss having the little 6-issue miniseries because then I knew when it stopped, then the annuals would come out, and then I had something in between. So then they went to quarterly. All right.
Are they still financially solvent? So
I haven't heard. Heather Antos hasn't touched them yet.
Because I heard it was either them or
it was.
I've heard them or Aftershock.
I think it was Aftershock and the IDW were the ones that had problems. And I just noticed that Breen's beard's getting thicker and thicker. So he's going for that ZZ top.
Yeah.
I actually got to meet. They came up here. I actually got to play pool with Frank Beard.
That's
He
nice.
was loaded.
That's usually how some of these guys are. Especially the older celebrities, they don't care. They're just gonna
Yeah,
drink.
yeah.
It's like they're like, I'm rich. I don't need to worry about being canceled. I'm just gonna have fun.
And he still beat me.
With the cue stick or at a pool.
Both. He used a pool stick to beat me.
I'm never watching this before. All right, mine 6, 7, 8. Number 8 this week is Thundercats issue number 3. Dude, this has been fun. Again, it's especially for those who aren't familiar with the cartoon or so you forgot the lore and stuff. They are just kind of like reestablishing who the Thundercats are, bringing in characters. You're getting to learn more about their culture. In the sense, they'll when they have an argument, they don't just sit there and argue it out. They actually go put on battle armor and then they fight it out instead of talking out their feelings. They just beat the shit out of each other. And Tatara and Panther will end up basically in a argument together, because Panther doesn't trust Lionel's leadership because he's only been like an adult for like for about a week or so. Because when they left where they were at Thundera, they basically like ended up on Third Earth. Lionel's hibernation sleep chamber malfunctioned and he aged while everyone stayed in stasis. He's only 12 years old in mentality, or for his mental health. And at last issue, they found a new Thundercat girl in here, and Lionel's just instantly smitten by her. And Panther doesn't trust her because she has amnesia. She has to be held hostage. She has no idea. And we all know that Mumra has been trying to get his mitts on the sword, and he's also trying to talk to what's his name, Jaga, who has been like a spirit thing, and then he kind of like scares the shit out of Mumra. Get a little Ghostbusters action. But it was like I said, but we also get the introduction of Snarf. And we learn that, and this isn't the Snarf that goes, Snarf, Lionel, Snarf. No, none of that shit. This one has a telepathic control, or not control, but telepathic link. Only he and Lionel have, so only Lionel can hear him speaking. And he's supposed to be like Lionel's guardian. And then, like I said, there's a. Meanwhile, we got the king of the mutants who's been trying to escape. He's been captured twice now. Falls off a cliff like Wild Coyote. And then at the end, it's Monkey in. So we're gonna see some of the bad guys teaming up now. But like I said, I've been having fun with this. I never expected to have a Thundercats book out. This is something I probably would have saw on maybe Marvel Now back in the day, or what it was. I mean, All Comics, Marvel imprint. But it's cool to see. I only have two. I have two 80s properties, or three 80s properties. You got G.I. Joe, you got Thundercats, and you got Transformers, all being done at the same time here. Why? Because the 80s are awesome and they had the best content.
Some of us had the opportunity to go to school and kind of grow up in the 80s.
I was born 85. I didn't get a chance to.
I graduated 87. Jeez. Breen
Grandpa,
probably
it's you?
When were you? Breen, you were early 80s?
80.
Wow.
Yeah. Alrighty. So then, number 7, Symbiote Spider-Man, 2099 by Peter David. Last issue, one of the symbiotes they were working on at Alchemex, they're like a synthetic one, latched on to Miguel. And just a lot of drama going on with Miguel now. And then you also have Tyler, what is it? Cronstone, who is supposed to be the Venom of this year, or this version, is basically wants to battle against Miguel. He wants to kill Miguel. And he blames, and basically at the end, it's kind of anticlimactic because the Venom 2009 shows up and then confronts Miguel and finds out that he also has a symbiote, and he says, "I won't kill anybody in the room unless you leave with me." Pretty much, and it kind of leaves on a cliffhanger like that. So I mean, for a Peter David book, it's kind of meh a little bit, but supposedly this is continuing from where the book left off. So it's not. It's a throwback, but it's also continuing where the series was right around where it ended. So I thought that was kind of cool. But yep, that is my number 7. Number 6 for this week. X-Men 97. I got the Nick Dragotta cover. This is issue number 2. Steve Fox is basically kicking himself in the ass because he has to write a book that's actually just like the cartoon series, and he's not allowed to pretty much put any SJW innuendos or that stuff in there. He's not allowed to be Megan Fitzmartin like he normally is. And for those who don't know Megan Fitzmartin, she wrote that horrible Young Justice book. Ugh.
Oh, Evil Black Cat needs just.
Some of us were born in the 90s and don't have trouble peeing.
Wow, that is just true. That is so true.
I got it because Nick Dragotta. There was the main cover I liked with Wolverine versus Sabretooth for the 100th millionth time. But we're introduced to the Sinister has his own new team. He got rid of the Nasty Boys, pretty much killed them or got rid of them from the cartoon series. Wolverine overheard that Jean is pregnant. This because this is a companion to the actual series. So this is like continued from issue 1 left over after the events of the Dazzler and the Nasty Boys attacking the concert. You get to see Gambit, Rogue, and Jubilee and Bishop going against a new character. Her name is Sienna Blaze. Kind of looks like a Lunger Blaze.
So they're all like wrestlers in here?
Well, no, they're not wrestlers. They're just new mutants. That's all.
Okay, so you said the Nasty Boys, and then
that's they were what's his name's Sinister he had Strongman and he had a few of other ones. They were at all of his rogue gallery he had that were working for him. So he gets Sabretooth to come over and basically help him out. And we get the mention because we see Wolverine had overheard that Jean was pregnant. He left to the bar. Storm follows him to go talk to him. And then we run into basically Sabretooth and the Marauders. So,
who's the Iceman lookalike in the Marauders?
His name's Prism. Anything attack that happens to him, he can turn it back on you. Pretty much reflect it.
So he's Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah. Meanwhile, well, I guess you'd say so. Yeah, I don't know if he's been in the theater, but
it's I'm rubber. I'm rubber. You're glue. Anything about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jean had just confronted Cyclops, saying that they're going to be a dad. For those who watch the cartoon series, that's not Jean Grey. That's actually the clone. That's Madeline Pryor. And basically, they're being attacked in their own home by the new team. And so I love how Storm is able to if it focuses focus, come on, focus. I hate these books. There it goes. She's able to change her clothes. How it does the energy just goes up and her suit's gone, and then she has her normal costume. Still never been explained to me, but
yeah. I mean, I was saying the same thing about what's his name on the cartoon, the guy who changes
Morph.
Yeah, he just changes everything.
Yeah, he's able. Well, I imagine his only thing I can think of is they're wearing unstable molecules, kind of like the Fantastic Four wear their costumes. Yeah. But Morph ends up basically saving Wolverine, and so it kind of leaves on a cliffhanger.
That looks like He-Man right there.
I know, doesn't it? Yeah. There's a preview for the next issue. So. Like I said, I've been having fun with this series because it's basically following what the cartoon series is doing right now. You're getting the same kind of hype, kind of energy. It's been fun. And this was only $3.99 for that. All right. go on to my top 5 now. Number 5. And I never thought this would be on a 5 or a top 10. This is number 5. Fantastic Four. Wow. Breen, you're right. The story was fun.
Yeah, fun. I mean, it wasn't great.
Yeah.
But it was. They said it was entertaining.
And especially, I won't spoil the ending, but especially when you find out why that is, like everything was kind of cool too.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm gonna go with that.
You know what I would have. You know what would have been better, honestly. If Alicia had like woken up at the end of the issue, and it had been a dream.
Sure.
Because that's when you have a reality altering everything. A is by Pace Pod P.
Dude. Yeah.
And B, once you realized it was that, it kind of lost some of its luster. I think it's just a what if imaginary story. I think it would have worked better.
Yeah, so what if? But this is awesome. Namor is a cop. Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Officer Mackenzie. I was like, it's Namor. I was like, dude, Namor's in there too. Like, everything I love that was all black and white, but you had the coloring, the red, the blues. It just everything from Sue Storm being the dame that everybody wants, and her boyfriend is a scientist, and he built this weapon, and now the boys, I think the government took them and stuff. And Alicia being a private eye, and then I was like, what? But then I'm like, wait, it works because Ben is with her. It's kind of like a Pine and Merrimack story. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, but it's again, it just why? Okay, how did the reality altering, lead all those people to be that? I said it would have made I just think it would have been a better, just one-off fantasy story.
Yeah, sure, one-off fantasy story. I said the ending part didn't really need that with the cosmic cube. It would have been great as this is a what if, if it took place in the 40s, and then you see Spider-Man, in the.
You need to see anything else?
No, I'm just saying, help firm establish that it's part of the Spider-Man noir, because you're going to do a cartoon series. Remember?
But like I said, it was entertaining, and I said that artist, anytime he wants to do a story with Sue in a red dress, knock yourself out. Because
I know.
Yeah, that was. Like I said, it was fun. Could have been better, but then it's Ryan North.
Yeah,
it's as good as it's going to get.
Like I said, up to the ending, I had fun with this.
I mean, the ending didn't ruin it for me. I would have gone a different
It was
direction.
me being Trapster, and then like I said, the whole thing with Alicia being in there, I thought that was great because when I was reading, I kept thinking like, if we read this story, that's a lot of Alicia.
No, it's just, but it also, it's like I said before, right? I said in one of our threads, hi Zach.
Hey guys.
This, I don't know, and Zach could answer this better than me, but from what little I've read of this series, it seems like this is, Alicia Masters co-starring the Fantastic Four. I think Alicia's the character Ryan North cares about the most.
Since she and Ben got married, I even noticed this in Dan Slott's run. Since she and Ben got married, she has had more of an active role. I wouldn't say she hasn't been the main focus of the series. They all kind of share that. This one did seem a little heavy on the Alicia,
which is fine for this issue.
Fine, but like there have been other issues she hasn't been featured in at all.
I would honestly, with how many stories that she's not in, I would love to see more of Alicia just being. I don't care if she's in there for a scene. It says, I like Alicia. She's a cool character.
Well, then you should be reading Dan Slott and more of Ryan North's run because,
I read a lot of Dan Slott's before we started doing this show.
Dan Slott's run wasn't as bad as a lot of people make it out to. It wasn't great.
I don't know how it ended, but it started off with them going and creating the worlds.
Well, it ended with the Reckoning War, like all the Watchers and everything, and then there was like that two-issue story where like it was like Die Hard in the Baxter Building. So yeah.
All right, number 4 for this week. And yeah, I've been having fun with this, but too as well. Transformers, number 7. More than meets the eye. Honestly, like I said, these '80s throwbacks, I've been having fun with this. The art is so good in this. I'm glad because they still have sound waves, the sound effects or the noise, the words, the background. I'm so glad that this artist kept that. That was my main focus. But he has good art, but I mean, like if he drops the style that he was doing, because I feel like Jenna Warren Johnson created a house style, just like Romita Senior did. And I kind of feel like they should kind of keep that if you're going to be continuing in the middle of a story, because it'd be like going from Jenna Warren Johnson to Riley Rossmo and be like, what the hell? And you're still supposedly like the same writer. It'd be like, that would just piss me off. But I am thankful. My anxieties are gone when it came to this book. But yeah, like I said, I just had a lot of fun with this book. And get this, like I said, the art has been one of the things that's saving graces for this book, but the writing is still phenomenal. We get a flashback to basically on Cybertron, or is this present day? I'm not sure. I think it's present day because all it says is Cybertron. And I have never knew what this guy's name was. The old guy. Apparently his name's Cup. Because one of our friends from the channel was freaking out about it, and I was like, "Who?" But overall, it's has some touching moments. You see, I always forget what her name is. The girl, not the Transformer. Carly. Had lost her parents, so she's learning how to shoot and stuff, and just deal with her frustrations. RC comes over basically to comfort her. We get a flashback to Max. Was it Maximus Prime? I think it is.
I think it's Magnus, isn't it?
Ultra Magnus. That's what we got. Sorry, those Transformer purists. I never was. I admit, I was never a huge Transformer fan. I watched Generation 1. And I watched the movie.
They're re-releasing Transformers the movie in theaters pretty soon.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard though. But I was like, okay.
I might go check it out in theaters.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it when they did for Ghostbusters. I was born in '85.
They're doing it for the Mummy too. I'm definitely going to go see the Mummy in theaters.
Zach, if you lived where we could just go to theater all the time.
Oh heck yeah! We could be the young version of those old Muppets.
Statler and Waldorf.
Thank you.
Geekeasy and Eric Breen.
Yeah, we could be Geekeasy. I need to be Geekeasy.
You don't want to be cool like Breen?
Breen's. Listen, I would love to be cool like Breen. I just thought that you would want that role for yourself.
Don't ask me to choose between sons.
Like I said, another solid issue. So number 4. Actually, no. That was actually my number. Hold on.
He's got so many books he can't keep them straight.
Numbers are hard.
Oh, okay. No,
Zach. They're not all DC.
No, the reason was because I threw out back issue in here. That threw me off. Like counting.
Oh, you threw your back out. Yeah.
Well,
no, that's us.
I lost that a while back.
Actually, that was actually good timing, Zach.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow, was he leaving?
No.
All right. That was my number 3. No, 4.
I think it was.
No, it's just around 3 now. Yeah, 3. See, okay. Number 3. I got this cover. Didn't have
a nice cover.
It's the only one they had left.
That's a very nice cover. I wish my LCS had that.
Dude.
Uh,
That one. It reminds you of the Jack Kirby stuff, the space stuff. All it's missing is the photos of the planets he had. And then Vince Collette is coming and erasing everything, so it's a white cover. Overall, I thought this was a really good issue. All the way through, both stories.
Right?
Yes. The Lobo story at the end. Definitely, if you're reading this, the backstory, go read Action Comics first. Then read the backstory in there.
Yeah. This week's Action Comics, right?
This week's Action Comics.
Yeah.
Hey Quinn, are you making reference to that song?
You can only count.
Elmo, yes, I can only count to 4.
The one that's done the
Elmo?
yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, there's some cool stuff, and how basically being reckless as he really is, but it pays out in the end because he actually has a ring that's not attached to the Guardians.
And the art in this is fantastic.
Well, yeah,
Zermanico. Yeah, Zermanico in the main story is great, and then Kevin McGuire in the backup story. Now that I know he did the covers and stuff for the original JL, I can see it like it clicks. They're both.
I mean,
really,
I don't
really
care
good.
Well, he did the interiors for a lot of
He
the first couple years of the first Justice League. Blah.
Oh, okay. I
He
remember.
was the
seeing
regular
his
artist
covers.
on that, and then I think Bart Sears was the original on JLI when it started.
Gotcha.
of course, the bad guy wants access to the untapped emotional spectrum. Keeps sending people in to try and tap in it, but they end up dying. Like I said, it's great to see a lot of the Green Lanterns getting their own parts. For some reason, Kyle Rayner is all messed up. It's kind of like Barry Allen was when Barry Allen came out of Speed Force. Remember, he was just right on the wall.
That's what happens when you become Space Jesus and you have.
Yeah.
It messes with your head.
They're gonna.
Wasn't he talking to his
Please
dead
don't be
girlfriend in a
photography.
hologram not too long ago?
Yeah, I know, right?
All right.
Yeah. So we got some Martian Man, or not Martian Manor, but Manhunter
The
gears.
Manhunters.
The Manhunters, sorry. But
There was one major problem with this issue.
this girl on the right,
No,
I don't care for her.
no, she was actually written well in this. Because
Well, Jim Adams is why.
Right, if Jeff Thorne had been writing it, they would have made sure that she stopped off at some cantina to make out with some space chick to remind everybody that she's gay. No, it's when they found that obnoxious teen lantern on the table, they should have said, we're out of here. See ya.
I knew you were going to say that.
Said, hack your way out of this.
It served a purpose to prove that he has an actual ring that they can use, like they don't have to worry about.
Because Hal will jump to his feet to defend a child. That's what I got.
Yes, that too, yeah. Backup story, Booster Gold, Skeets. It's part of the House of Brainiac story. This is Guy's bogus Lobo adventure. He was sent to go look for Lobo, ends up running into, for those who are Jeremy Adams fans, and ran to the Flash that he wrote, the Intergalactic Champion Wrestling. You have the Krieg Maestro, Mysterio, and then a newcomer, the Main Man. And Lobo's been hiding out on there. We don't know why, but he was. And now they're going to get killed by space dolphins.
Don't you hate when that happens?
I know, right?
You know what I hate? I do hate
What's that?
the two DC books were so good this week that I'm actually toying with the idea of getting Power Girl because it's part of the storyline.
Oh,
yeah. Keep reading about that.
So wouldn't it be 3 books? Green Lantern was good too.
Green
No,
Lantern.
I don't count Batman because that's prestige oversized.
Okay.
But
I was like,
but yeah, the 3 books from that company that were. It just see when I see stuff like that, it just makes me angry at all the garbage they also are doing.
we found it. The person has to make a
knock
negative
it off.
Stop it.
He was 200 years older than him.
Misinformation.
I know.
Knock it off.
I know, right?
That'll be enough out of you, young lady.
Frodo Baggins was 60 years old, and he looked like 18-year-old Elijah Wood, but he was 60.
Number
Wait
2.
a second. This was not an opportunity to bring up that god awful narcolepsy inducing. Thank you. God, it's the only thing more boring than Mad Men and
You're not a big Lord of the Rings fan there?
They're haters, Geekeasy. They're haters.
That sort of reminds me of a Randall in Clerks 2.
Yeah.
Walking.
The only entertainment I've ever gotten out of Lord of the Rings was when Spock did the Ballad of Bilbo Baggy Pants or whatever the hell it is.
Baggins.
Because
that's
it proved that he wasn't gay. All the hot chicks around him.
but then I remembered. Oh yeah, they're either dead or using walkers now.
So my number 2 for this week, Action Comics. I haven't picked up Action comic books a long time, but the last time was when Dan Jurgens was doing that story with the Lois Clark.
Yeah.
That was about a year ago.
That was not. Has it been?
I feel like it was about a year ago.
It hasn't been that long.
No.
Closer
But-
to 6-7 months.
I will say this though: the whole Lois Lane thing kind of like, what the hell is this shit?
Hey,
And
let her have a day off. She's a busy woman, and she lives. That's the hot. Lois.
I
Lane.
know. I love
Every time I see Margaret Kidder, I'm like, Lois Lane. Then I see something like this, and I'm like, oh, I see it now. Never mind.
Yeah, and
back.
going through everything. Really sets up. You get to see all of the characters they in the past books, Superman books. Her running around, and then she does the jump thing too. And I was like, what the hell is this?
It's a mom not being around her kids for once. That's
That
what is.
this was so good. I didn't even get annoyed at the epic high five panel.
Oh,
Oh,
where
yeah.
he gives the kid a high five?
No, when she high fives Supergirl about her date.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about where
Ordinarily,
Superman
that would
high-fives
just
him.
annoy the crap out of me. But yeah, I said this. Yeah, I said it's. Like I said, this was just really, really good.
I missed when Lana Lang became Superwoman. I missed that.
That was New 52, wasn't it?
No, it was Rebirth.
Rebirth.
I
But
think, but
She wasn't in Action Comics once Philip Kennedy Johnson took over.
there was a Superwoman comic during Rebirth for about 16 issues. I was that Lana Lang then? I don't know.
Lana Lang was she
But
had the red
when
costume.
did she?
with the white. She
What
got
happened
So-
to Pete Ross? And when did she take up with Steel?
Well, she wanted something hard.
No, I'm serious.
Oh,
Because is Pete Ross just out of continuity now, or
I don't.
I haven't seen him in anything.
No,
he hasn't
I
been
think-
in Superman.
No, the last time I saw Pete Ross in anything was Triangle Era.
I think he lasted a little longer than that? But yeah, it's just like he's gone now, and
I love this because she's walking through, and even Steve Lombard is like, "Hey, nice," and she don't even freaking say it. See, learn being Steve Lombard, being a pervert.
I'm gonna have to go pick that up.
Yeah,
Dude, and Rafa
and
said
then
the artwork.
they're having yoga. She's going to meet up for yoga in the park with Jimmy and Banshee.
Saban. Saban? Saban?
Siobhan. That's how you
Shaban.
pronounce that.
Yeah, the Banshee.
Banshee.
Yeah, Super
You
Banshee.
know, I know that, Zach.
You know somebody named Shaban?
No, soap opera.
Shaban, Shaban. Isn't that a song?
Not familiar.
That's
with that
Shaboom
one.
Shabbat. That was in excess.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. And then she's like, they're like, "Where's Clark? He's doing his own morning routine."
Look at that shot, though. God, I love that.
The art, and everything on here on this page.
Yeah.
And then he's swimming with the dolphins too.
A lot of dolphins.
I don't know what's with the dolphins, but I think they're a sign though because these might be the same dolphins that are going to kill.
Maybe.
Lobo. But the seagulls, mine. And then he flies over, and then he gives a kid a high five. Superman high five is better than Supergirl high five.
Wouldn't that be a low five if he has to go down?
He's
High for the kid.
he does not go. He's not Hal Jordan. He's just
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that Pete Ross was president when Lex got kicked out in the late '90s or early 2000s. I think it was.
So
Yeah.
See what happened. with
this will
the-
call back. Triangle Era, post crisis. This is classic Clark.
Let me ask Black Cat a serious question here. Is any of that stuff still considered continuity, or did they just start over at some point? Because I honestly don't know. Because a guy that was president at one point, if he's still around, you would think they would use him or something. Unless that is this Lex Luthor the former president, or has that continuity been wiped out?
I don't
And
know.
I
believe
believe
he
he's
was-
supposed to have. He'd have Secret Service protection if he was
Right.
ex-president.
That's exactly.
So
But if he
Wikipedia
gets-
says
but-
the most recent thing Pete Ross did was he returned to Smallville without Lana to raise their son and worked at a general store, and that's prior to New 52.
All right,
The
so
New 52, he's only had minor appearances.
So an
I've-
ex-president is working at the general store.
So my question is this, and because this is not connected to Superman. Was it Unchained, What is the one? There's the one with the Brainiac and Supergirl knowing more about the them about the Brainiac than Clark does, because they reference it here. It's like he. This is also a cool shot though. I wish this runs into something you'd see like in an anime. The invasion, everybody's just jumping down, skydiving. But Clark, he says something to Supergirl. It's like, what did he say? He said something about that basically like, here you go, Brainiac, and he's like, you have more experience with him than I do, Supergirl. I've seen him attack and steal a city firsthand, Superman. It's been cold and caring, brutal. So basically, in this version, whatever the rebirth, he hasn't gone against Brainiac, I guess.
I think she just had more experience with him because she was alive on Krypton when Brainiac.
Yes. But my point is in Superman Unbound, which I think was prior to 52. So they're just ignoring that event because they already fought against them, and that's when you see Superman uses his heat vision to take out a whole bunch of them. But it's also the one where you get the Lois Lane giving the fingers out the window. That remember you watched the DVD?
Is Pa Kent still alive?
So yeah, here right there. That's my answer. Thank you. Superman Unchained was based off Jeff Johns' Superman Brainiac story that is no longer canon because Pa Kent dies at the end of it.
Oh, so Pa Kent must still be alive then.
All right, thank you for that.
Is Pa Kent still alive?
He hasn't been in Superman.
Or his wife, for that matter.
Or Ma Kent hasn't either, though.
Well, he probably left his wife when she started day drinking at drag shows.
I did
in
like
the aftermath of DC Rebirth, they were both brought back to life. So yeah, Ma and Pa are both alive.
I did like this, the army and stuff, and at first when I first heard the idea, I was like, oh, the army of Lobo's people. I was like, oh, it rolled my eyes, but then it made sense to me because Lobo's always freaking lied about everything. I can't trust a word he says, so he could be saying, I'm the last of my own kind, blah blah blah, and then you find out he's lying. My other experience with Lobo was he got collected on this one ship by the DC version of the Collector when there was a Superman cartoon. Him and Clark or Lois or Superman had to work together to get out with it. But this was cool too. How Lex thing, I was serving this for an emergency of my thing, but fuck, I gotta use it. So he has like a 10-second armor thing he can use, like a Green Lantern kind of armor. Use it, tackle the guy out of there. They lands on the ground, and then you just see them kind of working together a little bit. And man, when I see these robots, I keep thinking Terminator every single time I see them. And then everybody keeps getting bottled up, and then we get to him, the classic scene or pose at him tied down to the cables. Like I said, this was just a fun story. Man,
This is the beginning of the House of
it's the very beginning of it. It's a 13-issue self-contained story. It goes through Superman, Green Lantern, Power Girl, and then they're gonna have a one-shot title.
Which honestly, for comic book events, that's kind of a low number of books that are tied into it.
Which I'm glad because I don't want to.
Yeah,
I'm like, Power Girl, I'm like, oh, I gotta get Power Girl for this. Probably only 2 issues though.
I'll just wait for the trade to come out.
Those are the Power Girls are tie-ins, but
yeah, the Power Girl and I like the Green Lantern is probably a tie-in too. Like
they are,
Action
but
and Superman seem like the main ones.
But yeah, I said it's sort of like I'm getting almost swept up in the excitement, so I might try that. Then I'll look through it and go, no, I'm not. What am I?
Yeah.
Although I gotta admit, the cover for the next Power Girl looks really good.
Dude, the covers for Power Girl, it's like the Fantastic Four covers. They look great, but I don't think it's enough to justify the interior.
Well, at least for 1 month, Fantastic Four was.
There you go. That's true. I don't know. The dinosaur one was pretty great.
Multiverse shenanigans. All the Lobos. All the Brainiacs. So
not all of them. I don't see the Legion of Superheroes one.
Wow.
See, every time I hear Brainiac, I just get the giggles. It's just like, hey, way to go, Brainiac! But these guys are actually supposed to be smart, so I just okay.
Apparently,
Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, that's where the insult came from.
Ramona Fredon tribute.
Yeah, was she
Yeah.
the Wonder Woman artist?
Yes, 97. You
See,
saw where Trina Robbins died today too, or yesterday.
Trini Robbins, yeah.
So basically,
know-
DC's two longest running female artists die within a month of each other.
Yeah, did
know
anybody
who
see
else
that
died
great
today?
Heather Antos tribute to them? Me neither.
Oh, I did see. Did you see the Richards video that opened with her promoting not her company or the company's work, promoting herself going to a convention, and she wants to play a game where she gives you a sticker and you write down what sucks about men.
Who did this? Antos?
And I hope-
Heather Antos.
And I hope, I hope everybody plays what says it's something sarcastic. You know what sucks about men? They're better than Heather Antos. They're better than Megan Fitzmartin.
Because she goes, what do men do to get past their insecurities? And then she shows one who goes, buys Twitter. Because Elon Musk's just an insecure little boy.
So Elon Musk,
He doesn't have it all together like Heather Antos.
No.
No, his companies are successful in not being driven into the ground, so he's insecure.
I'll just say that Elon Musk reply, Goki is like Elon Musk, but and you're nuked.
Well, it's just amazing all the time and effort she spends going after him, and
why doesn't he just say you're obsessed with me when you're on my platform? You can't talk
well, he
about
doesn't
me.
know he doesn't know who she is.
Well, I used to say I will not date you, and she'll get trolled by so many people. But anyway, my number one book, obviously, that's part of the book. The price tagger. It says thriller, $6.99. That was kind of cool. First Night, man. It's just another fun book. Page after page, it's just been fun with Batman. Every character in here too. Batman fleeing, taking Gordon's car, and then Gordon has to leave Arkham Asylum. You get a ride because he doesn't have a car, and then he's kind of his car mysteriously shows back up, because Bruce returns it. Bruce dealing with Julie, what's her name? Julie Andrews?
Madison.
Julie Madison. You only want to say Julie Andrews. But Julie,
That'd be good.
But I love this. She's just mysterious. Batman Large. She goes in there because he's been lying low for a couple days. She comes in there and he's got bandaged birds, and he says, "Oh yeah, what are these burns from? Oh, I was just fooling with the fuse box, but you're a millionaire." He's like, "Well, you know us, guys." Plays it off, being stupid. And it confirms this book confirms there is no Alfred. We don't know why, but there isn't one because Alfred had to be. So eventually, I think he's going to hire Alfred, maybe at the end of the series. Or
Alfred doesn't get hired. He shows up on a boat. He just shows up. Batman doesn't send for him.
Well, I'm just saying. I hope Alfred's not. I hope they do 5 of these and then do another round. It'd be cool. And then bring in Can you imagine them just redoing the books?
He would have to have Robin before he had Alfred. Then.
Well, I'm just saying, keep going through that. The third volume would be Alfred showing up. It'd just be fun. I just love 1930s Batman. And I love that the volume opens up and then here's a suit and everything. We get some more va-va-voom.
Woo!
I know, right?
Not enough is said about 1920s pinup girls, and it's a shame.
Well, this is about. Well, they said about a month or two into his thing, so this is this wasn't even Batman. This is Batman year one, but it's obviously a few months after he started, and he's kind of doesn't know if he wants to keep going or not because it's ridiculous. His own attend to he's himself attend to his own wounds. Luckily, he studied up on his dad's medical books, so he knows how to make stuff. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I'll let you guys talk more about this, but like I said, I just had fun with this, and this is this is better than anything that Tom King, James Tynion. Sorry if you guys those like Tynion, but Tom Taylor, Chip Zdarsky, or even Josh Williams can put out.
It's better than anything Tom King is capable of. It's James Tynion can reach those heights. but he tends to do it with his own stuff.
No.
I don't think his Batman was ever that good.
It was passable.
It
I
was
read
better
it.
than
His
better than King.
his detective before was better than his Batman.
Probably. I didn't read it. I didn't read his detective, but I'm just saying.
Those
when I read
earlier
the
days of Rebirth.
So the reason I read his Batman because it was night and day compared to Tom King's, and it's just tremendously so much better. So I kept going with it. When they got the Joker War, I kind of like zoning out of it. I was like kind of lose steam.
Yeah.
All right, my number one book for the week, though. Actually, I know that was the number one book,
Yeah.
but I have one more book left.
That's
And
right. He didn't put anything above that book.
Oh, I almost got that.
and it's not the foil cover because they actually had the better cover.
Is that any good?
Oh, are you kidding?
Right? Really?
It was a little depressing because I used to have the actual book.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of books that if I would bet, how to your age growing up, all those Fantasy Fours. I don't know if you ever get.
I didn't grow up with any of that shit. I just spent the 80s before everything got overpriced. You know, I bought all that stuff. I mean, I said, you know, when I was going, reading, I said, Tomb of Dracula 10, Giant Size X-Men,
Yep.
Uncanny X-Men, or X-Men #1. That I had all of those, and I said, sometimes it's like, man, that sucks, but then I get over it because I'm not going to get them back. So what's the point?
Well, I'm just saying, looking at it, and then because they have to, they put a little story in between. So, Cap's Hobby Center for Cap, and imagine that actually was the actual real place, Cap's Hobby Center. I imagine you would using a cartoon. They advertise their shop.
Yeah,
maybe, and Acaladio, bro. How could you go wrong with Acaladio?
Yep.
You know what I had in my hand the other day?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Acaladio.
I know what you had in your hand the other day.
Yes.
But there's no need to share it with us.
No. But you know the other thing, a 181, grade 7.0, but it's a what's the purple tag?
Facsimile.
Restored.
Restored. It's a restored version. They want 39 for it for a 7.0 restored.
$39.
1,000.
3,900.
Oh, I think you said 39. I'm like 39.
3,900. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about restored. I had a Lois Lane #1 that was restored. It didn't bother me.
Like,
but,
if it's my thing is if it's restored and not slabbed, I want to read it.
Oh, this was slabbed and it was restored, but I know the manager, and he said if it was not restored, it would be going for a whole of a lot more.
Yeah.
So I take that as people having a serious issue with it.
Oh yeah, it definitely decreases the value.
Well, yeah, because you had the.
But
when
it
you
also
say restored. You mean like?
But it does. I mean, but it does. But it doesn't necessarily. I don't think it decreases the value of that particular copy because if it needs to be restored, it's got to be in pretty bad shape.
No, it's at a 7. They rank it at 7.0.
All right. Thanks for the correction. He says it was actually Scott Snyder Jim Lee book. Superman Chain is the movie based on Superman Brainiac.
Well, yeah, I think you can grade them.
Yeah.
I think restored books have a grading system too.
Oh,
I'm not 100% sure, but
yes, and Heather Ann Tillis is a leech to the industry of dying publishers. She belongs on the streets.
Oh, you're a hater. You're a hater. You're just.
I mean, I'll say she is. She's what I call situationally hot.
Yeah.
That if you put her in a room with like that googly-eyed Alana Smith and a couple of like Tamara Bonvillains and Mags Massagios, she's gonna look hot.
Tinian's detective gave Tim Drake fans false hope that he was going back to being his old self, and then making his friend and destroyed everything.
Yeah, and that's
and as I said,
DC cheered it on, so that's what makes
I don't think Steve Fox has ever turned a character gay. I don't think Megan Fitzmartin did for Tim. It was him, right? Or no? Was it her? Who turned him gay? What in this?
I can't remember who turned him gay, but she got the series that
Yeah, series. Yeah,
that turned him into a mincing twink.
it was urban. It was Batman Urban.
Urban Legends.
Yeah, and was it?
I don't remember who wrote that story.
All right. And then quickly, I'm gonna go over. Undead Quinn was posting what books he had. I think he only got 4. I Hate Fairyland number 13. Gert's life was made into a studio movie in a nutshell. Mox Roots. Ugh. Number 3 was Batman Dylan Dog. Number 2, you're still going strong with that. I read it and I just didn't have a care for it. I guess if you know the source material, you've read Dylan Dog before, you might appreciate it more. But it's just like, just give me Dynamite at this point. I've been happier. John Constantine, Dylan Dog, Trip to Hell. Oh, nice. It's a fun miniseries. He's enjoying that. Mark McGrath, always great seeing you, says Fantastic Four is pretty much good ideas, poorly executed.
Yep.
I can kind of stand by. I can respect that take. There are some really good things that Ryan North has thought of, but some of it hasn't quite landed as well as it probably otherwise.
People like Cat saying, watch Transformers Armada. It's the only good one. Dude, I agree with that. That's probably the best Transformers cartoon series they did. Even made a game, a Nintendo 64 game based on it too. Fear Monarch said it's fun getting to see some movies you never get a chance on the big screen. I got to see Eraserhead on the big screen and had a ball. Nice. Throw it back. I'm okay. Now this is confused about which cover was I showing around 8:35. Somebody rewind. All right, and then Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees, number 5. The bear goes on the. I guess it means Sam the bear goes on the run and looks at her past, and then goes back to town to confront the other killer. Oh.
Okay, I thought it was about the other type of bears.
Wow. You keep that up in Alaska, you Perez fan. All right. I think his number 1. What was his number 1? Let's roll down. His number 1 was Transformers, number 7. This book is going strong. It keeps you on your feet. RP for your wallet for DC. That's not Clint. Yeah. And Antos is a perpetual lawsuit for Me Too waiting to happen if someone ever even looks in her general direction. Well, when it comes to other Antos, we're all Alicia.
Well, again, like I said, she is in this business. She is considered attractive. I mean, you see what a lot of the women in this business look like.
Leah Williams, and I'll just say Leah Williams has got big boobs. That's probably how she got her job.
Leah Williams is. I would say Leah Williams is attractive.
No,
maybe that's
she's
just
not.
because it's been a while for me, but
yeah, she's okay.
She's not paper bagging.
But
she's not. She's not.
But yeah,
and that's how you get canceled.
You, not me.
You're talking about lunch, right? Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
I've never seen anybody. Yeah, I said such a non-entity anywhere in any other walk of life. Yeah, Heather Antos is a complete non-entity, but boy, she does milk what little fame this industry's given her. And like I said, remember, for everybody that likes Richard C. Meyer, he's responsible for this.
Right.
She would be long gone if it wasn't for him.
Thanks, Richard. First you steal my name and use it for your own fame, and then you did this.
All right.
Exactly. I knew there was a reason I had this shirt.
Okay, enough about your boy's dick.
Name appropriator.
That sounds even worse. I'm glad it goes by Richard, not Dick. All right. Who wants to go next?
Go ahead, Jeff.
I guess I can.
See you later, Jeff.
All right, I'm out. All right. So I have
Wait, Breen, you gotta say that with more feeling though, what you just said to Jeff.
What?
You're next.
No.
I have 6 and then 2 back issues. And something else.
Fixed.
Yeah, I've got more than 2.
Crap.
Okay, so number 6.
I do like it when your camera goes off focus because I can't see that Steelers pennant.
Gotta love the Steelers, baby. All right. And you're exactly right on that, Zach. I had forgotten. I said, I remember that I'd gotten Night People number 1. So I was trying to remember what it was about. So I just grabbed it because I knew that I'd gotten it. And everything you said about that is exactly right. It was horrible.
Yeah, Zach.
What'd I do?
I don't know. He said your name first. Really, he was talking about me.
I didn't know anything about Night People.
What do you mean, my people?
I didn't say my people. I said Night. The book you were holding up. I don't remember talking about that.
Night people. Zach. The people that Zach can't see. And I told you, I'm back, baby.
That's always next year.
Number 5. The Hulk, number 11. And speaking about bad art, if you look at this stuff, this is I don't know who
Cartoony.
that- Yeah, very. Not even. You actually would have to go up a little bit to get cartoony. His guest artist Danny Earls, but it's.
Hold it a little closer and hold it for a little longer so we can actually see it.
Oh, that is not Ryan Stegman.
Oh, that is. Who's he face against? Is that a zombie?
No, that's I think it's kind of a new character.
Oh,
But it's just.
when you've been on a comic so long that the new characters are all mainly in the books.
No, I think it's fairly new just for.
No, but I'm saying that's how I feel in the past 15 years, or at least 5 years. There's so many new characters that I don't see the original characters anymore.
And it's Pepsi Zero there, babe, and that Quinn.
We need to go with new minions. That's what we want.
And number 4. This is actually still a good series.
Nice.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I'll probably pick up a trade.
I'll probably pick up a trade. I haven't been getting the individual issues.
But it's good because they're staying away from the it's not really any of that SJW bullshit they've been having in the other comics. It's Batman and Damian dealing with Damian going to school and trying to deal with stuff and stuff like that. It's just good.
Nice.
That was number 3. This is this is number 3 right here. Very good. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Number 2, Count Crawley, Mediocre Midnight Monster Hunter. I don't know if you guys know anything about this. It's like the 3rd or 4th mini. It's about a woman. Her name is Jerry. She was a reporter for the TV news who had a very bad drinking problem. And she went out to do a report at some local Ren fair about this famous mead that was there. And then she found out, she was hammered. She found out that it was just boxed wine, and she revealed it on air. And she got fired, but her brother runs the station and offered her the job of the horror host because the guy was missing. And turns out that the actual horror host on this station was actually dealing with monsters. So, and I don't know if you guys know who David Dastmalchian is.
He sounds like an actor. That actor.
He is.
Okay. He was in V. He's the guy that's been in The Rookie the last few episodes.
And he played that the crazy guy in The Dark Knight, and he's also the main.
He was
character.
also Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, he was also the main character. Yes, and he was also the main character in this movie, Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah, he was Polka Dot Man. He was one of the sidekicks in Ant-Man. He was like one of the ex-cons.
Yes, and so he's the one who writes this stuff. And I think we know what the number 1 will be. Fantastic.
Shocked, I say.
Shocked, I tell you. And so I'm absolutely loving this series. I wish I'd be perfectly happy if just to have something like this done. If we could just get rid of some of the floppies, and if we could get stuff like this, like every couple of months or something like that, that'd be so much better.
No one likes floppies.
And okay, that's it for my new stuff. I did pick up 2 books because Breen, you were talking about them.
So glad you picked them up.
Yay!
Nice.
Ooh.
Very good. I was just like, oh, this torpedo guy is he's a
the new
horrible
nemesis.
person.
He's the new nemesis.
He's the new.
If he doesn't
Very
get
horrible.
if he doesn't get the end, holy crap!
Oh, he got the end all right.
No, I'm saying the main guy, the guy who's going to kill people. If he doesn't get killed at the end, I'll be shocked. But
Shocked, I tell you. Shocked. Okay, and then I got my older sister got me a $50 Amazon gift certificate for my birthday, and I ordered something, and it took a while, so I ordered something else. It got here today, the other day.
oh, Marvel
Ooh.
Zombies.
1,200 pages.
I probably like about half that book because I like the first Marvel Zombies, and I like the one of the last ones they did.
I've never read any of this stuff. The thing that gets me is I'm on the.
The first story was my favorite one.
They do it in chronological order. Like I guess the prequel stuff first.
Yeah,
I did not know that there was a planet of gorillas or apes or something like that. So you have stuff like
wait, they got the Z's from apes.
no, it's like the silverback surfer and stuff like that. It actually went from another. It was another planet that it was another dimension where I don't know if you remember when Magneto was up on
Who?
Magneto was up on
Magneto?
asteroid M.
I was like Magneto.
Yeah, he did something up there, and that's where the thing came from because he contacted some species, and that's what it started, and then somehow they jumped from one dimension to another, and I guess that's how it got on here or whatever. But I've only got like the second or third series.
The one I read one had Ash Williams did a crossover, and then he was supposed to save the world, but then I'll just say it didn't go that way, and a lot of Ash fans are pissed off.
But yeah, I'm on the one where you turned out that there's the Silver Surfer is the silverback surfer, and it's just all
there's
all
one
gorillas.
there's one we did read with Skip on the channel here, the zombie book. Zombie or Zombie, whatever. He was like could actually communicate. He was with the kid.
Oh yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah. And he helped them
He
out.
had some kind of gem or jewelry or something.
That is able to
I remember that. That was way back.
Fun story. All right.
That's it.
Who is going next?
I'll go. I know Breen likes to bring up the caboose, so I'll go. I'll go ahead.
We just want an excuse to see your pretty face.
Ah,
Hey, look, he says wanted.
I am. No, it's a.
I was gonna say.
My dad asked me that. I wore this to lunch with my dad the other day, and he was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's One Piece, Dad."
Don't ask, Dad. It'll take 1,000 episodes to explain.
Look,
He said-
my sister got my dad into watching Breaking Bad like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He's already in season 5. He's been eating it up like it's nothing. And this is my dad.
When they start making the blue math and you hear Christian persuasion.
This guy is the most conservative Christian guy I know, and now he's like neck deep in Breaking Bad.
I watched it after it ended, and my buddy was so mad. He's like, I had to suffer through 5 and 6 because they were so freaking dull. And he's like,
oh yeah,
because it's so slow. I was like,
that's what I was telling. I was like, Dad, you don't even understand. People had to wait years between seasons for this, and you're just eating it all up in rapid succession.
that whole when he gets the scene where Walter throws the pizza on the thing.
Yeah. Oh, I think he's
That-
past that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was actually not even supposed to be planned to happen. It was
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
go on the roof.
Oh,
They
I'm
left-
sure my sister told him that. My
but they
sister's a
left it
bigger
in.
Breaking Bad fan.
But I was
than
like, the
me.
size of that freaking pizza he threw. I was like, where do I get that giant pizza?
Yeah, Fairmont. I told him that. I told him as soon as he's done, I think he's gonna like Better Call Saul better.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got a few books this week.
The only bad moment of Breaking Bad is every time they show his annoying wife.
Yeah, the wife. Yeah, the wife
And
was.
Walter Jr. I wish he did play
Walter
traffic.
Jr. I felt bad for. The wife was
He-
obnoxious.
He crashed the car.
All right, number 6. I think it's 6. Do I have 6 books?
We hit the
Yeah,
a
it's
couple
two
of
books.
lives.
Okay. 6 books. I got number 6 here. We got Ultimate X-Men number 2. Didn't really care for it as much as the first issue. It was all right. I'm still kind of like trying to figure out who this new girl is supposed to. I guess she is Surge because
She is
she
Surge.
powers up toys that don't run on batteries. I would like
And
to see her with the blue hair because it
she's
makes it a little
for
bit easier to
introduced
tell.
2 new mutant character creations.
Yeah. But overall, it's good. I said this in my little short Twitter review. It's not as much action as I would normally like from my like Ultimate Spider-Man number 2 gave all the action. This one, not so much. I feel like it's a slow burn. I think it'll probably pay off at some point, coming up here. But I did like finding out, they kind of showed who the Shadow King guy is. It was a little bit spookier, a little bit more haunted-ish.
It's Herbie.
It's it's very creepy. So I do kind of like it for the creeps.
The way I explain it is that it's basically having another volume of a manga. You read it and you're waiting for the next volume.
Yeah, essentially.
Because it's not
a smaller version. It's like 30 something pages instead of like a full manga book.
And it's a horror manga too. It's kind of like creepypasta. You get like they show like the security guy. He gets her and then his face turns all nightmarish.
Yeah.
And then like I said, there's a lot of just dark stuff happening in that book, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Like I said, this is normally I would. It'd be better if they Marvel released it in actual manga format.
That would be. I would actually be more entertained if they did that. It's good. It's different. It's not my normal. It stands out when you look at all my other books for the week. It's very different, but it's not bad.
That book should be in the format of manga Deadpool. Remember?
Yeah, I have manga. Yeah. Well, manga is like thick. So
I know, but I'm saying it should be released as a manga Deadpool, kind of like that.
Yeah.
If they want to do that, and it should be on their webcomic, their webtoon over there they're doing.
Yeah, they do like the webtoon thing. Yeah, Jeremy Adams actually wrote some for Marvel on those web comics.
Is it the Infinite thing they're doing now?
Huh?
Is it the Infinite books Marvel's putting out?
I've got to ask. I got to ask a friend of mine who uses Infinite because I want to track down the ones that Adams wrote. I think they're Avengers stories.
Okay, because I see a lot of Marvel Infinity or Infinite, whatever.
Infinite is the app, I think, or the web service.
Okay.
Number 5. Dang!
It should be 4.
Whew. I mean, man, Sue Storm, in case you needed a reminder why she's the first lady. Dang. All 5'6" of her. That's a line they use several times.
You're in trouble. All 5'6".
Oh man. This was fun. Listen, I'm the sole person here that has sung the praises, somewhat praises of Ryan North's run. This is the best issue that he's written out of all the ones that I've read.
I agree because I've read other ones online, and like I said, or just flipping through at the store. This one was great, and then having it be a noir store really, really sold it.
The noir was fun. I like when it's because it's not an Elseworld story. What happens is it's like the Trapster gets a cosmic cube, and it kind of warps everything. But I do like in these kinds of stories, just like the little Easter eggs where you find other characters and what their place is. Like they show Mole Man, they show Namor, different things like that. So that's fun.
I didn't mind that version of Alicia though, her doing the narration, and you have Johnny Storm living in the
Johnny Storm being the vagrant with the Ben Grimm. Actually, with Alicia and Ben Grimm, it was very much like
Pine and Merrimack.
Pine and Merrimack a little. I got Pine and Merrimack vibes a little bit there. This was fun.
Johnny torches the building.
Johnny torching the building. Yeah, that was clever. And then I was kind of like, I couldn't place who Namor was at first, even though like she calls him King. And then it was like he would do anything for Sue Storm, and I was like, oh, of course, it's Namor.
Well, she says Officer Mackenzie.
Well, yeah, I caught Mackenzie afterwards.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun. I do wish there was like a whole, like way back when Marvel, they tried to do like a noir line of comics.
With Spider-Man,
they never did a Fantastic Four noir line.
That would fit in with that if they were going to bring in the
I would have loved a Fantastic Four. I don't know how you would make it work. It'd be very tricky to make it work.
Aren't they doing a Spider-Man noir thing through Amazon?
First,
maybe
they'd just call it Fantastic Noir.
Fantastic Noir. Oh,
Noir.
I like that.
Amore.
Now, no, because it rhymes with four. Sit down.
I am sitting down, sir. You stand up.
Okay, I'll ask you, Zach.
Yeah.
Would you have liked that better if it had been like a dream that Alicia was having than the way it did end?
The way it ended, I was curious about what it was going to be. I didn't know if it was going to be like Alicia telling her kids a bedtime story or what. If she fell asleep dreaming after watching a movie. Honestly, I'm just kind of glad that he was able to tell it the way he told it. It was a one and done story, which he's been doing mostly. He's been doing like single issue stories, which I like. The whole thing with the Trapster didn't really faze me. I thought it was a decent reason.
He went back and saw the Legends of the Dark Knight and saw that they're one and done stories and said, I'm going to start doing this for Fantastic Four.
I like it. I like the way he's been doing it. There have been a few that he's done that are like 2-part stories, or he's had like some overarching story lines, but I liked it. I gotta say, I dug it.
To me, that makes more sense to do one and done stories for Fantastic Four because I don't think it's ever really been done. Really, I mean, it's been back.
It's been done. It's not done as much.
No.
Yeah,
I just think it would have been a little bit more clever if it had been, because I didn't think I forgot they had kids. If that had been, like I said, a bedtime story she told, or like I said, a dream she'd had after watching, a noir movie.
So how did
I could see that being just as entertaining. How
do Ben and Alicia have kids? Like, did they get like his stuff on Frozen?
No, Vinkman, you would hate them. They're adopted alien kids. You would hate them.
Oh man.
They adopted them after the I think it was somewhere in Dan Slott's run. They had one's a Skrull, I think one's a Kree.
I thought he gave her stones. She had to pass them.
Dun, dun, dun. That was horrible.
It's horrible as adopted kids, really.
All right, issue number 3. I'm gonna get some apples for this one for the ranking.
I'm just saying, for how many times that Ben has been like, in that lab, you think you'd have an uncontaminated serum or sample of his DNA. I'm just saying, and he could have just cloned one using like they did with the Laura Kinney shit. Seriously, that's Kurt Marvel. But now
that would make Reed the dad more than anything, or Reed would be the mom because he's the one that took the DNA out.
Took the DNA out, and then
or Reed would be like the surrogate mom.
No, Alicia would grow them, her own kids,
Yeah,
DNA.
But he's taking the stuff.
He's not using turkey baster.
He's the middleman.
The stuff.
I'm done with this conversation. This is too much for me. All right, number 3 on the list, though. Keeping with the noir. Obviously, this one was better written. But, Batman First Night. I like this better than the first issue. A lot more action in this. I love seeing Bruce get wounded and everything. I do like seeing him without Alfred, without all the Bat family. He doesn't get clogged down or burdened down. It's like...
No adopted kids.
But then he's got to, we know you hate adopted kids. But he's got to, take care of himself and bandage himself up. I thought it was really, really cool. One thing, and I almost started to roll my eyes at it.
What is it?
When Julie Madison is like, I'm just going out with this guy for cover because...
Well, he's gay.
He's gay, exactly.
That happened all the time back in the day.
That's
exactly.
that story says.
The difference between that and The Rocketeer, where the girl was openly gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. This was obviously it was better written than Rocketeer. But that one part almost had me start to roll my eyes because that's like the only time it gets mentioned in the whole book. It's not like a recurring thing.
That way that shows that they can actually go out on a date without him being.
Yeah, because they have to keep it hush or have it look like it's a business.
Keep in mind who's writing this. This is Dan Jurgens.
This is Dan Jurgens, though. Yeah.
That's why.
Also, I want to find out more about where these monster guys are coming from that look like Clayface. That's the thing I really want to know.
So they care. They kill them.
But Jim Gordon in this, I like the way Jim Gordon is written in this a lot. I actually thought, so you know how like there's that one of the end scenes or one of the final scenes where like Gordon's about to get bumped off by Johnny the Whip and his monster guys, but then like that one good cop shows up, and I don't know, the dialogue that he used, it sounded Scottish when I read it or Irish when I read it, and I thought that he was going to be the police chief or the police officer from the Batman '66 series.
Well, if you look at the name, it's almost like O'Hara.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like one letter off.
That's what I read. I was like, dang, this is almost like that one guy from Batman '66. That would have been really cool. But yeah, this was a great story. Absolutely.
Does he only get shot?
Huh?
Is he talking about the one that got to get shot?
Yeah, he gets shot.
Yeah. Great.
Several times.
Getting shot.
Several times, repeatedly. He gets shot. Yeah. But really great story. The art is. I mean, you saw when he was showing it off.
Yeah.
Mike Perkins, man. Yep. I mean, good Lord.
I just want more Dan Jurgens, and I love to see more Mike Perkins and do some more art too. Like I said, this series, I hope it goes on for more than 5 issues. I mean, how long did the Rogues go for? What, 6?
The Rogues was the 5 or 6 issue story.
Yeah, so this probably a 6 issue story too as well.
Normally, the Black Label, they run anywhere between 4 to 6 issues, I think.
I mean, right. I don't really care for the big giant magazine format. I would love to have it normal.
I don't really care for it either. Actually, I think the Rogues is a normal size book. Where did I put it? It's somewhere.
No, it isn't. It's an oversized.
Yeah, it is. No, I'm looking at it. It's bigger than the other trades. Yeah,
you gotta get special bags and boards for them, but that's okay.
You do.
Well, no, you just have.
I get mine for free though.
You just have to get magazine bags if you're reading, Vampirous Carmilla and Shutter.
You're not getting gold
issue or Alter Ego or something like that. They all fit except for I did notice that this issue, because I use Comic Pro line, and I couldn't make that one fit. It just split like a fat person in skinny jeans, and I had to go get one of the other style bags to fit it in there, which kind of sucked. But
it split like Lizzo at a health bar.
Whatever it was, I said it because the first issue I was able to make it fit. Second one, I don't know if the bag was a little bit smaller, but they're too expensive to keep being stubborn and splitting them as you're trying to cram them down there.
Hey,
so
if the glove don't fit, you must quit.
Oh God! How many OJ jokes has he made before I got here?
First
one. Oh, hey, I'm proud of you. Proud of you, V.
I hadn't even thought about getting the bags and boards for my.
We always save the best for last.
But I usually can just say I need a bag and a board for this, and
I've been watching Norm Macdonald videos all throughout the
day. That's one of the reasons. That's why he got fired. That's why he got fired.
Yeah, I'm just going to real quickly. We'll go back to your books. I'm just going to say this: if Norm had somehow made it, we still alive. Can you imagine the joke?
This would be the best day ever if Norm was still alive. I saw a meme not too long ago today. I saw a meme. It was Norm Macdonald standing in heaven, and the caption was, "Wait, OJ died? Are you sure? I don't see him anywhere. I thought he was."
There's also one that shows Nicole and what's her name running around high-fiving each other.
Yeah.
Oh man, I need to go watch some more Norm Macdonald videos. Okay, number 3. We got Transformers issue number 7. Look at that. Look at all those cool kids up there. This was good. It was a little bit busier than the last 6 issues. Like there was a lot of different storylines that Daniel Warren Johnson had written into this. So like you get Cybertron flashbacks, you get what's going on with the Autobots and the aftermath of the current story. Carly's like really angry and just wants to kill everybody. That's a Decepticon, which is understandable. They killed her parents. RC, it's actually kind of cool. Like RC was trying to like keep her away from don't go to the dark side. But the best part of this book was the Soundwave supremacy. That I mean, he was like, "Listen, Starscream, your way didn't work. We're gonna replace you, and we're gonna do trial by combat." And then he just like mops the floor with Starscream. It's just great. I love to see it.
All the Starscream fans were crying because no.
What Starscream fans? There are more Soundwave fans than Starscream. Everybody knows Starscream.
I saw a Starscream fan in our group chat, and I saw a Cup fan, and I just said, "Hey, Lord Megatron." Even Prime wants a piece of him.
All hail Lord Soundwave. This was fun. I enjoyed this. I'm also curious because they show an aircraft carrier at the beginning of the book, and then they don't touch it on it again. So I'm wondering if that's gonna be like another G.I. Joe lead-in, like maybe with Shipwreck or something.
Maybe September.
Maybe. So really fun. You should be checking this out. Number 2 book. And you know I really love number 1 if this is my number 2.
I'll bet you love number 1.
But Green Lantern number 10. I mean, Venkman pretty much went through all the highlights, but let me just reiterate. Both stories were great. The Hal Jordan one and the Guy Gardner one. Like, that's the first time I liked a backstory in a long, long time.
Yeah.
And just like grinning through the whole thing. Because there's like that one page where like Guy calls Booster Gold, but it's not even to talk to Booster Gold, it's to talk to Skeets. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. I love the Hal Jordan part. You can tell because Joe and I think Baz is the other main one that they really show.
That's a clickbait cover. He doesn't wear that.
He does not wear this. No, he is kind of like trying to lay low because like he wants to use his ring several times, and Joe's like, "You can't use your ring because then the United Planets are going to track you." So but then he sees a kid in trouble and he uses it anyway. Like
so
how would normally do.
Trying to lay low. Would you not wear a bright as green trench coat where she's wearing?
Well, yeah, they kept talking about how we can't draw attention, but they're running around wearing their Green Lantern uniforms. It's like
right, you would think so, but
the art is phenomenal.
The art is great. I love the art,
especially in the very beginning where they jump down into the tunnel down there.
Into the garbage chute, yeah, or whatever it is.
It's basically ventilation shaft. And because the fans blow them back up, they're able to grab and pull in the tunnel. It's just so cool. It just reminds you of the old sci-fi movies and stuff.
Well,
this shot here, this is just a cool shot. Like just him jumping out the window. That's just cool. I dig that.
Not a window. He's just kind of like just jumping down.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
There's no windows on Oa.
And then there's like,
I don't know. Show that panel again.
Where? Hang on. Let me find it. I was looking for another one. There we go. There was. Oh yeah. I don't know if this is gonna play in later or not, but like Larfleeze gets a shout out in here.
They said it took a whole army of them to take on
whole army to take down freaking Larfleeze. So. Yeah, no, I really dug this. This was great. I like the Manhunter armor. That was really cool. So
Larfleeze has always been like a really tough opponent, even for Hal. When he's
the only one. There can only be one orange.
So
lantern.
He has full access probably to his lantern, probably.
Also, they rescue this bird that captured Hal or confronted Hal, and so Hal's like, "You're going to tell us what we need to know."
That's the one that captured his friend.
And he's just like, "Go."
He's like, either you tell me what I need, or I'm gonna inject you into space without a ring.
Yep. So this is just a fantastic issue. I loved it. It's great, cover to cover goodness. You should be reading it.
It probably did.
Like the computer just freezes on Breen yelling.
Awesome.
That would be great.
Let's try that again.
Oh, MK, I saw that. I saw that, MK. We're getting a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover movie.
Yep.
Live action?
Live action.
Yep.
Because they showed they plugged G.I. Joe at the very end of the Beast Wars Transformers movie.
So I'm worried about this because he says about Prime and Megatron's past relationship.
Yeah.
Oh boy, they're turning them out.
They actually were friends, right?
They were, yeah, they were friends, and then they became enemies,
and
like arch enemies.
Then they had their.
It was like Magneto and Professor
Megatron became Antifa.
Well, here's what you do. You have Adrian Palicki walk by him in that red dress from the second G.I. Joe movie. If
Yep.
they're still looking at each other, there's your answer.
There you go. Yep. All right.
I mean, I'm so weird how they have female RC Cybertronians.
Yo, female RC can never mind. I'm gonna recuse
Somebody's
myself.
gear oil's leaking.
Issue number 1, Action Comics, Josh Williamson. This is oh man, this was amazing.
Does that feel
This
weird?
was fun.
Does that feel weird to buy an Action Comics that's not Phil Kennedy?
Not really, not too much.
You're the one who was-
I actually liked the Philip Kennedy Johnson story. What I didn't care for too much was the anthology approach, where it's like 3 or 4 different stories in one. I would rather get this one long, solid, continuous story in it. This was freaking fantastic.
Well,
Williamson, man.
actually,
You heard it first here. Right? Something long and solid he wants. That's continuous.
Action Comics was for decades.
An anthology?
Well, the main story and a backup story.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of unusual just to see one continuous story because that was what Superman was always for.
Well, yeah.
That's fair.
Well,
That's fair.
that was actually post-crisis, right? They had one story because it was continuation. Yeah.
Yeah, pre-crisis DC, that was Action Comics was always more than one
The
story.
weekly. Are you talking about Action Comics Weekly? I think you're talking
And
about.
then, but when they came back, it was just Superman.
Gotcha.
When was Weekly? Is that post-crisis or was that?
No, that was it was, and it's also hard to believe that is 35 years ago.
I
So
know.
for me to say that, so it's
one.
like, yeah, you'd have you know, if you didn't have some of the back issues, you'd really have no frame of reference for that.
I'm only 4 years older than that.
Wow,
Weekly.
that's
I'm
amazing.
barely
still
one.
remember
I'm
Crisis
barely
coming out.
1 year older than that.
I was
Just
buying
one more time for the folks at
Oh,
home, in case you want to bask in this glory. This Rafa Sandoval, Lois Lane.
The
Oh, I
last
thought
time.
that's not Keith Lee.
No, this is Rafa Sandoval.
Well, I'm not basking in her glory. Not yet.
Well, those are thick with 2 C's though. Those
That
thighs.
yeah, for real. She is.
Honestly, though, this is the last time. This is the last time you're going to see them be as. I guess I would say these are kind of written like a conservative, which everybody hates. Apparently, at least on that one person on Twitter didn't like the fact that it's super.
Oh, about the Tomasi Superman. Man, don't get me started on that. I'm
Wait,
focusing on
no,
Happy Pop.
hold on. What was this?
Okay. Allow me to regale you. Earlier today, I came across this thread. It wasn't even a huge thread. It was like 4 people commenting. This one guy didn't like 2 of Tomasi's Superman rebirths, the 2 like patriotic issues,
Of course.
where it's like, and then they
Vacation
show the
issue.
panel of Superman and Lois walking. It's like a double-page spread of them walking past a mural,
Yeah.
reading off plaques.
Other
And the
people.
guy was like, "Oh, I don't like this. It's awful. It's horrendous." And a minute amount of people were siding with him.
So I looked at the quote tweets. About 90% of them, except for Zach. Jack, you're probably the 1% that actually.
I
said
probably am. Yes.
The other ones were saying that, oh my gosh, dude, I hate when I hate him running as a conservative. They like
Worse
Superman
than
as a-
Burn.
And there,
Burn.
one guy said, "Thank
Superman
God."
was great.
Here, one person said, "Thank God for Bendis coming in and saving Superman."
Oh yeah. Somebody actually did write that. Yeah.
And I said, "Jimmy, what are you doing?"
You should have tagged him at Quirks. Is this you? We found Quirks' alt account. Now, to be fair, look, I'm going to give credit to the one person that commented on my thing. He said, "I don't like to see any kind of political take inserted into a story. I just want to."
That
To his credit, I agreed with him on that.
That was
But
the
Hey,
main-
here's the
also
thing:
Oh.
respecting respecting those who had fought and died for your country. That's not political.
That's true.
It wasn't political for 200 and however many years this country existed before fucking Twitter, which
So I
which gave a voice to these absolute life's losers.
It's true.
Jesus God.
Here we go.
No.
Palette cleanser.
Trying to
Look
find
at
it.
that. The
You,
crease in it ruins it, but I mean that's just a great shot.
The person you had quote tweeted actually is the one that came into your account after the other guy, and he had finally admitted that he's Thai. He's Thai American, or yeah. So
Oh yeah, Thai American. Yeah. Because
That's
somebody
what it
was like, "Oh, I bet he's Japanese and hates America or something."
right.
I remember that.
So
But
that's what-
yeah, you get a lot of good stuff in here. Superman, just the art, the action scenes are great. And what the great part is, if you're worried about all the Superman Incorporated, all the different sidekicks and everything, Brainiac just kind of like takes them off the field almost immediately. A bunch of characters get shrunk down, put in these bottles. Like there's Mercy Graves and Lena Luthor. They get kind of taken out of the mix. We actually find out, I thought this was a pretty cool reveal, where they've been using like this Lex Luthor hologram. And Lex is like, I didn't make that. And you find out it was Brainiac in disguise all this time. I thought that was a pretty cool reveal. I mean, yeah, this was just a fantastic issue. They find out, Brainiac kind of gets Superman, on his knees and everything. And then Superman finds out what he needs to know. And he's like, they're like, he was faking it. So he's, beats up a couple of Zarnians. This was just fantastic. I love this whole story. Was great. I can't wait to read. Where does it continue next? And Superman. I gotta say, the Power Girl cover, that's not a bad cover.
No.
It looks like the Dotsons.
It's Crush.
It is Crush. Actually, that's the most feminine Crush has ever looked. Right there.
Isn't that crazy?
So. That's the most feminine she's ever. I don't think she's been in anything since
last June.
Teen Titan, well, since the last Pride issue. But then even after that, because she was with the Teen Titans during Rebirth, and then she left the team, and no one seen
that guy. Yeah, he said he's a quick. Zach words quick. I think he said, "I'm not American. I'm not interested in propaganda shoehorned in the middle of the story that has nothing to do with the plot of the book at all. The whole book was about being American white."
The book.
I know.
Any other book, I feel like you would have a stronger case for that.
So, like I said, Tomasi run real quickly, and I'll get off my soapbox.
I was about to say, I thought this was my time.
Don't be spoiled, Zach. It's our time.
You had your chance when you were the big guy on screen.
Well, we weren't talking about Tomasi run. No, Tomasi run. I first read it. I was like, wow, this is really pro-American. I'm like, I remember this since post-crisis. That's the last time I remember him being about the American way. And a lot of people confuse American way being with well, we're better than everybody. Well, we were at a point. We actually were. The American way is basically we allow freedom, allow people to come in here, the American dream and all that stuff. Where other countries oppressed you, where communism, you had socialism. And now Superman wasn't just because he was born in Kansas, because that's why he was the way he was. The reason why he was because he had actually good, loving parents that raised him, and they basically taught him to basically be polite, kind, and all that stuff. Look, he was written by. He wasn't written by today's standards people. I don't know. It's the point where people who don't like Tomasi Run are anti-American, but yet they live in America because they love the freedoms. That's it. Back to Zach now. And don't interrupt him, guys.
One last thing to show. And RDV is going to be mad that he prohibited me from this while he was ranting, because he's going to like this book. He's going to be like, why didn't you just say this sooner? Maybe. I picked up the second volume of a trade paperback today.
Aussie. Oh.
Local Man Volume 2.
I'm glad you're enjoying that.
The dry season. So
another shout out to Skip, man. RIP.
Shout out to Skip. One of this year's best comics by a bunch of websites and publications I probably wouldn't normally believe. But in this case, I got to agree with them. CBR actually making a good take here. So.
Whoa, not just that. Tim Seeley making a good book this year.
Yeah, for real. That's the shocking part. Tim Seeley. Tony Fleeks. This is the Fleeks, right? Well, Seeley's doing the art, right?
Well, no, they're taking turns.
Are they taking turns? Is that what it is? Okay.
But they're co-writing this and
yeah, it's good.
Because each issue has a backup story which connects to the main story.
Yeah, so. It's just I haven't started to read it yet, but I kind of flipped through it. I mean, some of the satire in here is pretty obvious. Like they have this guy here. This looks like Cable. I'm sorry, that's Cable with a ponytail. You can't tell me otherwise.
That was the '90s version where everyone had ponytails.
Yes, and that's a shout back to Wildcats and some of the Cyberforce teams.
Yeah,
the Image had.
I mean, look, that's a. I guess it's a variant cover, or maybe that's the.
Well,
ending,
that's the main superhero from the team. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Is that
Cable.
Crossman?
That's Cable.
It's Crossman.
This is the little girl from the what is it, the
Cyberforce.
the Royal Flush Gang, just grown up. But I mean, some of the stuff in here is pretty good, though. I did like the first
I understand you think they all look the same, but it's not true, Zach.
All these characters. No, never mind. No, you
Because she's
almost got me.
Vietnamese.
You almost got me, you son of a gun. I know the internet is forever, though. Yeah, so this was out today. There were several other trades I saw today, or the other day, I should say. But this already doubled my budget.
Breen, I implore you to check out that series.
Yeah, it's good. I think Breen might like it. I don't know. I don't know. How much does Breen like 90s comics? I feel like the amount you like 90s comics might be continued.
Not enough to. Yeah, there's a lot more that I guess it depends on what part of the 90s you did.
It's basically you got a superhero team. This guy get kicked off it. He's kind of like a self-absorbed, kind of like Booster Gold, but actually has character growth.
Yeah,
and he's from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Nightfall's from the 90s, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, there's the 90s had its moments. So yeah, the Peter David Hulk run through the first half of the 90s was really good. The Marvel, after the heroes returned and they put writers back on the main titles, very good. DC was consistently good through the 90s and consistently got their teeth kicked down their throats sales wise. But that's what are you gonna do? There was Valiant. The what was it, the Ultraverse, until Marvel bought them and inserted their own characters in it, was very good. So yeah, I mean the 90s, there's more going for the 90s. It's easy to make fun of it now because
Eric Larson wasn't a creep.
Well, because the people that, like I said, the fan base that they have now, finds everything that doesn't have representation completely problematic, regardless of content. It just because the current comic fan base is representation above everything else.
So I'm curious, who's watching on Twitch? Because they said it shows one person watching.
Is it you?
Well, it shows 14 on here. I have 13 on YouTube on my phone. So
I'm my phone's on. I do that every time I'm on here. I have this and my phone that's talking.
You're watching through YouTube. You're watching through YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious because I once when I would get somebody from Twitch watching, and when I go to look on my phone, like see his Twitch, they're not there. So I'm like, I think
was ghosting on Twitch. Thank you, Casper.
Yes. Or Imperial Goddess. Maybe you're just busy.
MK at the time, not even close. Death of Superman: The Return, I thought was much better than
Glinzer. Okay,
what the X-Men were doing by that.
Oh, okay, thank you. It is actually Glinzer saying it's me. I'm always on Twitch. It's how I know you're on YouTube. Wow, dude. We thank you for watching on Twitch, man. If we're at 50 subscribers, or not subscribers, but 50 followers. Subscribers, we get paid.
Subscribers is where you get money.
Yeah, I know. It's like I keep saying subs because of there.
You would know.
Yeah, I gotta back to something one of you guys said a little earlier. I don't know if it was either Zach or RDV.
If it's something,
I don't apologize for it.
No, it's a good thing.
It's me then.
You were looking at back to Margot Kidder as.
Oh, that was me. I said that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. She wasn't all that attractive. Sarah Douglas, on the other hand, was the best-looking woman out of any of those four original.
Where was she, Lois Lane?
No, she wasn't at Lois Lane.
Oh, okay.
Of the original four movies, Sarah Douglas, she played Zod, the three bad guys.
Oh, Ursa.
Ursa. That was she was smoking hot. I thought
the short hair doesn't do it for. Well, hey, good for you. I'm glad.
I found her much hotter than Margot Kidder.
Hey, good for you. I
agree. Margot Kidder was not hot.
the ladies in Superman don't get attractive to me until you get to Smallville, and then Erica Durance in Smallville was.
Oh, Valerie Perrine.
Woo.
That's a different story. Not today, but back then.
I didn't watch a lot of Smallville, but there's the Lois Lane girl, and then the Kristen Couric or whatever her name is.
Don't care for her. I actually don't care for her too much. Yeah.
Oh, that I know why.
She's too small. She's like, I'm 6 foot, so if I'm standing next to her, she only looks like she's like 4'5" or something.
So you turned down Carrie Fisher, who was a tiny woman. I don't. She barely broke 5 feet.
Well, Kristen Krug's better looking than Carrie Fisher ever dreamt to be in, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Young Carrie Fisher or like the most recent?
Even young.
No,
Carrie
I'm
Fisher.
watching on Twitch now.
No, young Carrie Fisher beats Kristen Krug by far.
No.
I think so.
Zach,
yeah. Kristen Krug would never wear the bikini like Leia did.
All right,
Never.
kids, can we just let's settle this argument? Michelle Pfeiffer's hotter than Anne Hathaway. Let's get over with it.
I mean,
You had to bring Pfeiffer into it.
You know what's going to happen? One day, Zach's going to come on to one of these wearing glasses and say, wow, I finally went to an optometrist and I was wrong about everything.
Yes, I'm not the only one.
I'm going to be like, son of a gun, my ex was right. I am colorblind.
Pat Evil Bad Senator was Ursa. Yes, thank you.
I was always a Blondie fan, and if Breen will tell you that back then you're either Blondie, Team Blondie, or Team Benatar. I liked them both, but I had to go Blondie.
Deborah Harry, oh my gosh, dude! I want the Muppet Connection.
Actually, well, yeah, I think there was room for both, but Debbie Harry was hotter.
Yes, she had the punk thing going on too. So
one of us has yet to go on.
I know, and I was asking if he was ready. Sir,
I'm done. There he is. There we go. Yay!
With 15 people watching, 2 on Twitch.
Yeah. All right.
The pressure is on, Breen.
Shut up.
The heat is on.
That's a horrible song.
Facsimile.
Nice.
Excellent. Zach, did you get this?
I did not, because my shop only had the foil version.
Hold on. Zach, I just gotta say.
Did you get a new one?
You should have got the foil.
That's not even. Oh God, get a new one at least.
All right.
Good gravy.
Absolute crap.
Yeah,
it was mid.
Yeah.
No, it can't be mid if it's crap.
It's not mid.
It's not even mid.
No, this was, like I said, there are very few writers I trust enough to not think that what they write is how they feel. I mean, Ed Brubaker can write characters that don't think like him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Chris Condon is that good, or if this is Barry Gifford's work or whatever it is. Either way, go ahead.
I was just gonna say real quickly for Fear and every reprint DC puts out has a foil cover,
and it's usually super expensive.
They have blank covers.
Well,
they had a sketch cover for this. Yeah.
That's for the Vince Coletta fans.
That's what. I'll
write your name.
If we find out that that's just a personality he assigned to some characters, but I don't believe that. I think this was calculated, because again, election year, it is the only winning issue they have. So this is just everybody doing their part. If you can just convert a couple people, all they've done, I think, is cost them $4 2 more times, because I don't think I'm going to buy it.
It's only press. Like I said, this is one issue. Like I said, it seems like it's anthology books he's doing, adapting the single issue stories.
Yeah,
maybe the next one will be better, or maybe it'll be worse.
I don't know that I want to spend money to find out.
I'm not going to find out.
There's ways to not spend money to find out.
No, I get that, but again,
I
said this is again, like I said, so it's
calm down. It's not
bad. It's bad to have patriotism in a comic book, but this is fine. I'm tired of it. Anyway.
Well, they brought up abortion, so abort it. Here's the book.
And,
Nice.
Listen,
cover.
we've already talked about this. Excellent cover.
Well, I always like talking about it. Keep going with it.
I thought this was, for months I thought this was a variant cover. I didn't realize it was the main one. So that's, it's like I said, I love the cover. I love the logo for this. It just, we talked about it's fun. Would have rather it have been a dream or something, but either way, it's nice one off. So that's
no foil covers for the Batman Year One. I don't think there actually was any. Was there? I don't remember that.
There weren't any foils. No, there were a couple of, like, you got the variant.
Yeah.
I think there was one other variant.
Was it? No.
Nice.
Number 3. We've been over this as much as we can be, so there's no reason to.
I'll never get over it, Jeremy Adams.
That's number 2.
So dreamy.
So dreamy.
I went with this cover.
Ooh, that's still a good choice.
Nice.
The red sky, I love that.
Unlike Zach, I didn't like this as much as the first issue.
Oh.
Only in that it seemed like more modern writing tropes crept in. One of the characters said that somebody was cooking. That's a 2023, 2024 reference.
Wow.
That's
Hey, good looking. What you got cooking?
No, not that. No, it's like you see the memes now. If somebody does some cool, Triple H was cooking during.
Oh yeah.
So that and language, maybe some unnecessary F-bombs or whatever. Still a great story. I enjoyed it immensely. And I'm really looking forward to the next one. But again, I just think the first one was a tidge better, but either way, this is still highly recommended.
Great book.
I don't know. I said I thought it was more, for the most part, well written.
Yeah.
Mike Perkins. I said this isn't the best work of Dan Jurgens' career. This might be the best work of Mike Perkins' career.
Yeah. I mean, they should have said now you're cooking, because that's a 30s, 40s slang.
Number 1, Action Comics. Yeah, I said I when I found out that House of Brainiac was going to go through the 2 DC books that I buy, I was not happy. Now I'm happy because this is really good. So it can cross through my 2 books all day long now. And I'm looking forward to part 2, or at least the part in Superman. But a couple things that I want to show. Found these came into the store the other day, and these are really cool. This is from 1967.
Oh wow!
These are British.
Oh,
and it's different comic strips and cartoon strips, but there's get to it here. Several pages of one of the Wally Wood Daredevil issues.
Dang.
So I said this was from 1967, and only the front and back covers are color, but and this has the man from Bungle instead of Uncle, and but so I don't know how much different these are actually going to look, but here's another issue of it, and here's the back page, grimly fiendish. Here's to show a handful of them.
Yeah, it looks like a treasury size pages.
Oh, they are. That's what they would fit in. I'd never heard of these, but I'm not that
British toilet paper.
But these are cool.
You gonna get them framed?
No, I'm gonna price them and hopefully find a buyer for them.
Oh, okay.
I might buy a couple of them because
I think it'd be cool to have them just framed.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have a couple of them.
Yeah, that's neat looking.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not in any bags.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they came to the store. And
So maybe they fit in golden age bags.
well, no, they don't. This
They
is
won't?
treasury.
Hmm.
This would definitely need treasury bags, but yeah, I thought those were really cool.
Sweet.
Nice.
All right.
That's all I have.
Alrighty. And for you X-Men fans in '97, apparently they're gonna have they're teasing that Captain America might be in the next couple episodes.
I saw that. That's kind of cool looking.
The promo.
I'm still not over yesterday.
I know.
Do you know that was the first thing I saw? Like 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday, I got woken up by a hurricane outside. I'm like, well, I guess I'm up. I'll go watch X-Men.
Wait, did you hear someone say stand back? There's a hurricane coming through.
No, was that a
I met
wrestling
him.
reference?
Yes.
How
Okay,
how
no.
close to an actual hurricane did you get?
It wasn't. I'm exaggerating. It wasn't a hurricane, but it was like really, really intense rain and wind for like 6 or 7 hours yesterday morning. They showed like a weather radar map the day before, so like Tuesday, and there was like really intense rain. Was going to be a little further north from me, like an hour or so, and I was like right on the edge of that. So like all of my street was underwater. Not the street itself; it's raised up, but all the yards were underwater. There's still ducks hanging out in my street somewhere
Wow.
right now.
What was the
all over.
damage? The wind damage.
Wind damage, I mean, it wasn't so bad here because we have a lot of trees and stuff that are acting as a buffer. But if you go like maybe an hour, hour and a half west of here, like across the Mississippi where a lot of like sugarcane fields are, there was a tornado that touched down somewhere over there. So
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
it was a lot. There was like hail. There was like almost 1/4 inch hail or 3/4 inch hail.
We talk about storms here, and I'm always. I mean, Graphic was talking about that one time. You know, he says like his wife is the one that always worries, and he's like, "I'm going to bed. Wake me up. There's a tornado," because he's in Missouri over there, and I'm thinking like that's Tornado Alley and kind of where Violet Comics has moved to Indiana. That's kind of the whole area is like where they get all the bad storms. You know, the whole, Kentucky, all that stuff. You guys are all in that area.
Yeah, but if you've come from Florida, you're not going to be phased by.
You're not really worried. Yeah, the only difference is with tornadoes, they can pop up. I mean, they pop up all of a sudden. You don't have any advantage. Hurricane, you see that sucker coming like 3, 4, 5 days ahead of time. So,
and they name it. They all have names. They're not the unnamed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm not going to gender them for you, but yeah.
Big Melissa's coming through. Oh shit!
Big Melissa.
Yeah. Hurricane Missy ain't gonna miss this. No, like I said, I've been liking more books this year. So far it's been a good start.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'll get in. I'm not really looking forward to Blood Hunt. You know, I probably just gonna skip that.
I'm not sure it's gonna be as. I know it's probably not gonna be as good as House of Brainiac is.
Moon Knight. I'm kind of like iffy on that because I want Mark to come back, you know, with the reveal it being the Shroud. I mean, I'm a little intrigued why the Shroud has been going up and dressing as Mark as the Moon Knight. But I mean, like, I don't want this where he's just dead for the rest of the run and then get canceled.
Well, he's a comic book character. He's not going to stay dead forever. They always come back.
Yeah. And
which I was thinking about with X-Men. It's like I know he's probably going to come back, but then that also kind of cheapens the whole thing because that was an awesome episode.
It's gonna be like I mean, the way the big game ended. Remember the time travel stuff? I mean, you have Cable, you have Bishop. If they do it that way, shenanigans.
If they do it that way, I'll be more entertained. If they do the whole House of X, Powers of X, where there's like the healing eggs and they resurrect them. Well, I'll be less.
I'll just say, and if you guys ever watched the review, we did one on the channel last night with LK Kimancho.
I actually watched it.
Yeah,
after the
fact. That bitch.
Cracked me up. I had to like just double check and like rewind and listen to it again. It was funny.
When you see the Watcher appear and everybody's happy in Genosha, where you're like, oh shit, something's gonna happen.
That was the very first thing I saw on Twitter was, Uatu was an Uatu was an X-Men. What?
So that's their tie to the What If connection, you know, if they do a What If thing. But I don't know. It's yeah.
It's wild.
Like I
It's
said,
absolutely wild.
Did I not say to the people who were worried about this whole X-Men cartoon, thinking you're going to be like, oh, it's going to be woke and it's going to be no one's going to like it?
Well, look, I said if the other shoe drops, it drops. But for right now, I'm enjoying myself.
People are saying, a lot of fans of the show want the showrunner back. We don't care he has OnlyFans. I don't care he has OnlyFans. Now, if he's touching a kid, that's a different story. But yeah. But then again, if you're gonna say hold him accountable for anything, then everyone in Hollywood should be held accountable for the same reason. But like I said, honestly, I would love for him to come back, and the only reason I think he ever got fired in the first place is not because OnlyFans, because maybe he just had more closer to center beliefs. And remember, remember at the Whisper Network, they all want everybody fired because everyone wants that job, you know. Someone doesn't like you, so let's take rid of that person, and then that person you have to worry about. It's like it's all backstabbing. So, but like I said, it sucks for people who were too old to watch the original cartoon. So you're probably not going to check out this. Breen, you probably didn't care for the original cartoon.
No interest.
But I mean, this was the most closest to comic book accurate onto animation we've ever gotten. It took Extinction Agenda, Mutant Massacre, and the Fall of X all into one story. And it did well. It wasn't Zack Snyder level cringe with Batman vs Superman.
You guys want to see something funny?
What was that? Your face?
Hang on. Not my face. Not my face.
Did you hear rumors that Zack Snyder may continue his DCEU via animated movies with Cavill voicing Smallville?
Wait, what?
Or voicing, etc. And apparently Smallville was supposed to do this with continuing animated series, but it got put on shelf.
Good.
So I really don't need Tom Welling. Tom Welling made his choice. He didn't want to be Superman.
Yeah. Check out this is at last OJ can rest knowing his wife's killer is dead.
Oh man.
It's so good. I can hear it in his voice too. That's the best part. I just saw that. I just had to share that.
You may be onto something there.
That's hysterical. Oh man! Instead of a whatever Neil Adams says, we should always have done like to end on a positive note. The good stuff that Norm Macdonald says.
See, Ronnie is bringing up because he wanted to put the message in the stories. If that was true, they wouldn't have released it then. You know, they would have known. Bob, you think they're not watching as a hawk? Somebody said this one above him saying like, "Wait, this is your story. You have to get everything has to get proved."
Well, it's the Jim Zub thing. Where Jim Zub Conan was unreadable, but Titan Comic Conan is because the editor or whoever is above him wants, the message or whatever put in there.
And they finally freed OJ Hordstern. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, but the best one is the best one is McDonald Nevin. Yeah, I thought you said he died. Where is he?
that was pretty great.
I like the one I posted today of some Miami Dolphins player trying to get into the complex and all the doors are locked. It was like OJ trying to get into heaven.
So my cousin's wife is in Vegas. And I said, like, where were you late last night or early this morning? Do you have an alibi? And she said the glove didn't fit.
That's wrong at so many levels.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, Entropy and Comics here. He's saying Greedy Committee. Now we can end it now. I'm looking forward to the Cape Crusader when that starts. MK. Honestly, I am.
Oh yeah, the Brubaker show, right?
Yeah.
He's only on half of it. I think that he's credited for.
Did somebody say that Seth Rogen's involved with that too?
So what show?
What is
Cape Crusader is an animated series of Batman that they're developing for HBO Max, and Ed Brubaker was originally like the only showrunner involved, but now I think he's only involved with half of it.
And have we heard anything about Criminal? How that's coming along?
Not recently. I have not heard anything.
No, I haven't really. I didn't. I thought it was kind of done with for a while.
So let me see.
Ronnie's saying maybe the showrunner put out fake scripts, fake out the haters. Are you saying the fans or to the actual? Like I said, like editorials all over everything. So I can only think that maybe there's some kind of like something going on that Disney realized, hey, we should probably do this so we can make some money, but should we get people to get into this Disney Plus? Because they probably lost a few people. I mean, they did have that stupid voting where people, the shareholders, voted to continue this shit with the MCU. So I don't know what's going to.
There had to be some payoffs involved there.
Yeah.
You know, if Black Cat's last comment is accurate, GI Joe fans should be a little bit more optimistic now.
I was already optimistic, honestly.
Well, Kelly Thompson doesn't exactly,
She doesn't inspire a ton of confidence, but look, she's writing Scarlet, and I read her Black Widow, which is Marvel.
I read her Answer the Call series, IDW Ghostbusters, and it was really good.
But
was it really?
Yeah.
That's also something Torn Groenbeck has said.
Oh, really? About editorial?
She said when they offered her a female character, she said, "Can I make her a real person, or does it have to be girl power?" And they said, "Oh no, it's girl power all the way."
Well, I love Torn Groenbeck in the interview.
Torn Groenbeck was good. Her Thor issues were pretty good.
Yeah, I never miss an opportunity to say her Captain America and her Captain Marvel annual was the only good Captain Marvel issue of that last series.
I love the fact, that when she goes to interview, she's Norwegian. She just says F-bombs, everything. She's like, oh, am I not allowed to say this?
Are we sure she's not part Scottish? She gives off big Scottish vibes. Like just the level of F's that she gives.
Like you said, she's a fan of the comic book. She loves Cletus Cassidy and like all the.
That's right, because she was writing Carnage, wasn't she?
Yeah, she even has the Lego statues up. She's not a poser. She actually has like merchandise and all the stuff she bought. She has kids and all that stuff. She's not one of those people who are like, I hate families and stuff.
Somewhere does she have a husband?
I believe so.
Maybe she's the female Jeremy Adams.
Maybe
she does seem to be. Yeah. I think if we're so used to female writers in comics now sucking, that I think if you took that woman's body of work and said it was a dude, I bet a lot of people that have nitpicked like the Thors would have been a lot less critical of them.
Well, we know a lot of current female writers do not suck. They only like cats.
Louise Simpson was one of the good writers. Good.
No, I'm not talking about
current.
I'm talking about the ones. The ones ushered in the Antos era.
Yeah,
Torn Grunbeck, or Grunbeck, right? But she is currently reading the Red Sonja book. I really recommend people pick that up. Walter Giovanni's been doing the art. It's been a fun story seeing Sonja just being Sonja. Because you look at the other book that just came out recently, Empire of the Damned, and that was Steve Niles who wrote 30 Days a Night, and that just had a very cliche opening. Oh, she learns that she drinks, she meets this guy, flirts with her. They end up getting a bar fight and end up being locked up together. He tells her about this treasure map of this forbidden place where this wizard killed everybody and collected all the gold stuff. And he dies while they're escaping. And then he basically has the map and she takes it. And that's pretty much the opening thing. That sounds very cliche. And Torn Grimbeck does not do cliche stuff. I've been having fun with her book. It's been a while. Walter Giovanni on the art, just drawing Sonja actually looking like a person, not looking like a Greg Land O-face. Or looking like a chibi person that Amanda Connor was doing in Invincible Red Sonja. That was crap art. I love Amanda Connor, but that was crap art on Invincible Red Sonja.
And Glistener's right about that, but not for long there.
Yeah.
Hey, Angel Reese is on the way. Watch, she's gonna overshadow Caitlin Clark. Watch out.
The last run is in production with the intended R rating.
My brother is so psyched for Last Ronin movie.
That's the Turtles thing, right?
Turtles, yeah.
So, Zach, which one will be bigger, Bully Angel or Victim Angel?
the real Angel. The bully Angel is a facade put out by everybody that is just big mad that LSU is as good as it is.
So she's really the victim, Angel.
She's not a victim. She's just painted in a false light by all the haters.
No,
Right.
she's done it to herself.
Yeah.
She's that good though.
What's going on, Eloise?
I will say, I think
Live action
I
for
don't entirely agree. Yeah, it is live action.
So here's my advice: if you guys are going to do any future live action turtle movies, get the suits you had in the '90s.
No.
Yes,
you can do better.
No, I don't want. Do you know what they tried doing better with Michael Bay? And that was horrendous.
I love the Michael Bay movies. Unironically, I actually love the Michael Bay movies.
Yeah, but you also
it was done better than the Seth Rogen movie.
Well, everything was better than the Seth Rogen movie.
I mean, it looked fine, but like as far as the dialogue and everything, every Turtles fan that I have talked to does not like the Seth Rogen movie. They like the Michael Bay movies more.
Of course, everybody does, and I'm talking about the '90s though, not the freaking Michael Bay movies. The Michael Bay movies were horrible.
I like the Michael Bay movies.
The only thing they had good for going was they had Megan Fox as April O'Neil. Other than
that was a plus. That was a plus. It was not the only plus, but it was a plus.
No, but I like the Casey Jones from the first movie.
Stephen Amell being Casey Jones was also a really good plus. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
But if you're gonna do a live action one, there's one thing that you have to get:
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
I could see him come back reprising, doing a ninja rap. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I've given up hope for Turtles getting actual good live action, like suits and stuff. Again, everything's we live in a world of CGI. So
sadly, that is kind of true.
Yes. Splinter, the original Splinter, they did the puppet animatronic stuff. They had 3 people like in their just trying to like do it like regular puppet. I thought that was great. It was, and they had a guy who actually had like the hand stuff. It was animatronic, so basically robotic. He basically had the glove, a power glove, would control Splinter's like his mouth and stuff from a distance. I thought it was really cool. But I can see we're boring Breen here talking about.
Yeah, I'm not even. I'm looking at something else, and out of the corner of my eye.
Let's talk about something else that he doesn't know anything about, and that's Transformers.
Breen was so happy because we were talking about basketball for a second, so he had something to talk about.
I'm trying to get our buddy back on here so we can talk about Transformers and Turtles again. With us. That's a clue.
Okay.
No. You should know this. We did an interview with him. The interview. Our very first interview.
We've done several.
Our very first one.
The Rabbit? Timlin.
Yes, there you go.
He changed his name. It's Simpcoon now, not.
Yeah, it's so weird. Breen, don't go towards the lights.
See, you guys are boring me with that Transformer stuff, so I'm catching up with my stories.
His romance stories.
It looks like Valentine's turned heel.
Clint, I love you.
Oh, speaking of what, did you watch? Was it this week at the WrestleMania?
I skipped through most of it, and I
now
saw
it's my turn to be
I just called it roll my eyes because it's because they did the circusing at the end. Is why Stone Cold refused to come back.
Yeah, I heard that he was going to come, but it's like I'm so glad they ended that whole bloodline thing.
Oh, it's not done. Roman Reigns will be back.
No, I mean with him as Roman Reigns' champ.
Well, no. SummerSlam's coming up. We also have Backlash.
But I heard
he might be injured, so he might, like I said, he might take time off, like MJF. After he dropped the belt, he's the rest. But we know Gunther's gonna be going for the title, one of the world titles.
I heard. See, I knew he was going to lose Saturday because someone said this, and they glossed over it really quickly. But someone said that he was fighting leukemia again, and nobody said anything in response to that. So I was like, okay, they're going to end it. And I knew that what's his name, the other guy from the Shield, Seth Rollins. I knew that Seth Rollins was going to win or lose because he had to. He's injured, so I knew he was going to lose.
Well, yeah. they're both taking time off right now. Roman Reigns, I don't know if it's confirmed he's taking up. I know Seth is taking time off. But he'll be back. And then Becky Lynch saying that she's going to retire soon. I don't think so. I mean, if she does, Seth is going to work because they need the money.
Well, WWE is about to get a major superstar.
That other Samoan dude,
MJF.
Oh,
well, that's the rumor.
No, I think you're going to see a mass exodus from AEW. They're dead. It's the court of public opinion is so pro WWE, and the internet is so powerful, and they have made their choice. They are 200% WWE. AEW will never be able to do anything right ever again. And you're going to start seeing, the ratings are going to get worse. The draws are going to get worse. And I think you're going to see anybody who can get out will. And I don't know if they survive the next year. I really don't. Because they're also shooting themselves in the foot every chance they get.
Like I said, I had no problems with last night's episode, what they did and everything. It fit the storyline they're doing. It just showed that CM Punk started everything. He's a jerk.
I know it doesn't matter, but CM Punk is the hero, and AEW looks like little shitheads.
Yeah, but like I said,
here's a guy that has been fired by his idol twice, but he's the national hero because that's how in the tank people are for WWE now. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying AEW is in deep shit right now.
Look at all the problems that Punk has caused. Why is everyone behind him? He's maybe he's a mid wrestler.
WWE fans, or I should say WWE stands, feel like it's a personal insult that AEW even exists, and that's why they loved Edge and hated Punk when Edge was theirs and Punk wasn't, and now they hate Edge and love Punk.
They said Punk was old and slow, shouldn't have been there. As soon as he AEW or
now they love him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like I said, I'll continue to watch AEW. People can say what they want to say online. I don't care I'm not worried about them leaving.
I agree with Glitzer. That you might as well call it that. Another extinct wrestling.
They've been saying all these fans have been saying that AEW was going to leave 3 years ago. It still hasn't happened.
Well, I sort of like I don't watch AEW much just because I never started to get into it, but I really sort of do like what some of the things they're doing with the changes they're making with the WWE. But
AEW is where you go. WWE is where you go for the pomp and circumstance.
Yes.
AEW is where you go to watch the wrestling.
Yeah.
It's a smaller audience because there's more people that are interested in the entertainment. But what pisses me off is the WWE fans, like I said, they act like it's like they don't believe that anybody should be allowed to exist except for them, not realizing WWF and WWE suck when there's no competition.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, and where AEW hurts themselves is when they try to be like WWE. They're never going to be as big, but quit doing stupid shit that that the public is going to perceive wrong. Just be who you've been, and then try to ride it out until hopefully MJF does stay, and Adam Cole comes back, and Kenny Omega comes back, because they have the best wrestlers in the world.
Yeah. And, because I agree, especially that first part you said. I mean, that's why the Attitude Era happened, is because they had to go up against WCW. Right. And then WCW fucked up the last little thing that killed them, all that stupid stuff they were pulling. And ever since then, it sucked because WCW
tank. It committed self-immolation.
Yeah.
In the late 20th century, late 90s. They let the inmates run the asylum.
How long did TNA last?
They're still technically going, but
no. The first time when they were on air, remember they were on air and stuff competing.
They got killed off the same way WCW did. They let Hogan and his cronies come in and call the shots.
How long did it go? Like
10 years.
10 years. So
I mean, well, technically it's been around for 20 something, but
yeah.
it's a much smaller promotion now, and
And like I said, there's no doubt the only reason that it's still on the air, that AEW is still on the air, is because Tony's loaded.
well,
Yeah, Glister, you're right on that, Glister, a little bit, but that it was starting to go before that. I mean, they never should have let that happen to begin with.
But I said I'd rather watch AEW than watch WE, where half of it's the Rock talking for 30 to 40 minutes.
I'll try. Like when I say this, I'm not advocating for any of this.
No. I understand that.
But I think it's funny that, oh, look at all those old people in AEW. Okay, Mark Calloway did his bit. He couldn't be bothered to even get into one of his old uniforms.
He's just a tank top on.
And somebody said he looked like a guy that was going to go out for cigarettes afterwards.
Yeah.
But
he had the winter hat on, everything.
But he got bigger pop than anybody at AEW will ever get, because I said he's part of the show. And and again, I said that
I look down to respond to a text, and then you choose to blow me up.
They can't get out of their own way right now. I said, they R-Truth sells more merchandise than AEW put together.
It's actually
genius. That guy's a fucking genius.
But again, like I said, he's a cartoon character in a promotion full of cartoon characters.
Yes,
and that's I don't mind that. That's what more people prefer, but don't act like the other one doesn't have a right to exist. Right. Fuck you, WWE stands.
And
don't forget, I said 5 years ago, you guys were in deep shit. That's how AEW got off the ground.
I love how people
for 50 years you were run by a fucking disgusting piece of shit.
Osprey and Omega are horrible wrestlers.
Okay.
Blah blah blah.
Osprey should not have done that last night. That came across as very petty.
That was weird though. I admit that was weird.
That was that one. If he were smart, he would issue a public apology for that. Not that it'll ever work for him, but that there are a lot of people. That
was a Paul Logan kind of statement, though. That's
What's
something.
that?
That's a Paul Logan statement.
Who's Paul Logan?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. Whatever. Who cares?
Okay, here's the thing.
You know what I mean?
If you're in WWE, you can say that because you're WWE. If you're little pissant AEW, you can't do that now.
What did he do?
Will Ospreay made a reference that Triple H is only where he is because he was grinding on Stephanie. It came across very.
It was like a Jericho.
It was funny, but it was
it was like a Jericho jab. The only way you're in because you're grinding.
See, Jericho could get away with saying that because
No, Jericho probably had some words with him backstage because he and Stephanie are friends in real life.
Yeah,
you can say that.
Yeah. She's a trash bag hole.
Hang on. You can say that if you're in the same promotion and it's part of the bit. But to say that about a rival promoter, if I were Paul Levesque now, that would give me all the incentive in the world to bury them.
What's up, Perry? Comes in here. We're talking about wrestling. If you guys ever checked out Perry Comics, he's a really cool guy. Feel free to plug your new movie channel, bro. But Perry Comics, I usually find him over on Jake's Kingdom over there. They do hangouts over there. Community stuff. He's got. So, if you guys haven't done so, subscribe to Perry. And Perry, if you want to hop on, man, I don't know how long we're going to stay on, but it's longer. But we're just talking about wrestling kind of here.
And I know Zach wants to hear this.
Yes.
Somebody needs to get in Tony Khan's ear and save him from himself. The only reason why WWE lasted was because Vince, it was bigger than Vince's ability to lose it all. Tony Khan's promotion isn't there yet. I asked a friend of mine, I said, does anybody have his ear? And he goes, maybe Bryan Danielson. Well, he better get in it now because Tony Khan needs to go behind the scenes and because they are in deep shit right now.
Like I said, I'll wait to see what happens. It does look bad. Optics are bad. Doing the whole Punk thing, releasing the video, and then even though they worked it into the storyline, it's probably never should have done that.
It made Punk look better, which is hard to do.
Well, it's to the stands, yes.
Yeah, but it
it shows that Jack Perry, may have said
optics, and I said AEW optics right now are terrible.
Yeah. Perry is the only guy I know right now that's collecting old Xena and Hercules books. He's got the top ones.
Nice.
He's been collecting. No, he's a big Kevin Sorbo fan. He has gone on the record saying that Kevin Sorbo is the best Hercules live action.
Yeah. How many Hercules? There haven't been that many though. I can only think of Kevin Sorbo and The Rock.
Steve Reeves,
which
in the 50s.
Oh well, yeah, that's why
there were all kinds of Hercules movies in the 50s.
There was Arnold. There was Lou
Arnold was Hercules.
Yeah, that was in New York. It was.
I've seen certain episodes of Kevin Sorbo. I've seen the Dwayne Rock one, and then
wasn't
of course
he very young when he did that?
Yeah,
I think he was fairly young.
No,
this was right around or before Conan, right around there.
Was it Hercules in New York? Right. So that
I think that's what it was.
I think I'd forgotten about that till you mentioned it, but.
Yeah, let me look it up.
Obviously, the best Hercules is the Disney Hercules, even though it's not correct because Hercules is his Roman name and it takes place in Greece. So they messed up on that.
Heracles.
It's supposed to be Heracles.
Yeah, Heracles. Yeah,
Heracles.
Heracles in New York. It's comedy adventure. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Deborah Loomis.
It was kind of good.
IMDb gives it a 3.3 out of 10. If that would have been 80s Arnold and Hercules, that would have been a 9 out of 10. Yeah,
couldn't have been because Conan the Barbarian wasn't a 9 out of 10.
Kellen Lutz too in 2014. See, Perry's all over this. He's been him and his other friend. They've been doing a lot of movie stuff together, and he said, "Maybe look up his channel."
I like this Perry guy. He says Disney Hercules was an underrated show. I agree with that guy.
Kind of makes you want to talk wrestling with him, doesn't it, Zach?
No, not at all.
You didn't like the Rock Hercules?
I actually did. I did enjoy the Rock's Hercules. I thought it was entertaining.
Right.
It's not. I think that's probably one of his more. Like The Rock for me has he was on an increase. He was going up for a while. And then at some point, as probably one of the Fast and Furious movies, he started to come down, and now he's on a decline with me. I'll still watch a few of his movies, but I think it was like the Fast and Furious spinoff.
Just type in
that started to go down.
Yeah, type in two.
I like this Perry guy even more.
Entertainment.
I got great taste.
Wait a second, Perry. How many did you have before you came on stream?
Well, wait, hold on. To be fair, Perry and the rest of the guys don't start drinking it until they go on the community stream.
Well, he said Zach has great taste. You don't say that sober.
Well, he's only seen. To be fair, he probably doesn't watch the channel a lot, so he hasn't seen a lot of Zach's takes.
Now, Zach, you would want the tuna with great taste. You would not want tuna that tastes great.
Yeah.
No, I'm no. You see, there's taste great and there's less filling.
Now I gotta ask you a question, Zach. I don't need just completely serious questions. Well,
okay.
Seriously, okay. You like all kinds of nerd shit.
Yeah.
How did you not get bitten by the wrestling bug at any time?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
The only people crazy. I knew who liked wrestling were my cousins, and my cousins are dicks. So I was like, oh, if they like it.
Venkman and I are dicks, but here you are.
Yeah, but see, y'all are dicks that are also somewhat nice to me. My cousins, my older cousins.
I was trying to save Zach, and Zach some trustworthy comments here, but he says I'm drinking IPA. That's like.
Well, that makes Perry a dick.
Whoa!
Hey, I've had IPAs.
I don't. People who drink IPAs and all that type of stuff are a bunch of beer snobs.
So I'm not a snob. I'm very picky.
I'm going to say right now, you don't know Perry, so don't assume that he might be a snob.
Okay, I'm being stereotypical and putting everybody in a box.
Without assumptions, what else do we have?
Antos.
Umptions.
Assumptions?
No. Without assumptions, you have Leah Williams assumptions.
You see the
That
You see
ass,
the
yeah. No. Okay.
Maybe watch some wrestling.
Hey, so here's something for you, Vinkman. I'm just like perusing through League of Comic Geeks, just like looking in the future.
Perusing. Who uses the word
Perusing.
perusing?
I do.
Educated people, but no.
IPA
Teenage
drinkers.
Mutant Ninja Turtles is getting a new #1 at IDW. The writer is Jason Aaron. Boo.
Really?
The artist is Joel Jones, though.
For what book?
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Oh,
Turtles.
oh man.
Wait. You mean for what? For what?
For what? For what?
I like Joel Jones' art. I would like it to be on something that there'd be at least a 1% chance I would get.
It's the
someday.
Bendis effect. It's bad writer, good artist.
Oh wait, speaking of Bendis, you heard about that
Nice guy.
series? I thought you just said the thing Powers that he did.
Yeah.
Powers, yeah.
I don't know if I showed you guys that I got the 4-book, the deluxe hardcover editions of his series.
Oh, we don't watch your videos.
No, I mentioned it to you guys.
Oh,
But I'm just starting on number 4. That's a really good. Yeah, with my view counts. Obviously, you don't watch them with my view counts. It's a really good. It's really good.
Man.
Nice. Yeah, that was probably one of his. That's probably like maybe the best thing he's written.
Probably before he started getting full of himself.
Yeah, that's pretty.
What other channels are you asking about? Puri asked
I
what
have
channels.
no channel. I'm chained here forever. I'm like Marley and Marley from the Christmas Carol.
Who's I wasn't paying attention to it. I was sharing out links. But the Jake's go over there. Go check out Jake's Kingdom. I've been on there. Marani was on there last weekend. Just regular community hangouts we used to do with the I Love Comics and Angle team back in the day. That's basically it. Everybody's drinking. You don't have to drink alcohol. You can drink whatever you want. You just basically just hang out talking about anything. But as far as Geekeasy, I don't think you have a channel.
Yeah, I do.
You do? Oh,
Yes,
That's talking about
that's
him
where
being a
that comes
video.
from. And MKF.
I was too starstruck by Perry actually paying attention to my chat once.
Eric wasn't burning me on that one. He was actually speaking the truth. Some of my numbers are kind of low.
Oh, goodness.
well,
No.
it's not personal. And now I'm just watching a bunch of like baseball card videos and all kinds of strange things.
You know what I want to start doing? I want to start doing a thing that shows a modern comic and then show you an alternative if you want to read something good. They
Okay,
showed off
I
the
can break
new-
that
one of
into
the
one thing: independence.
Also, check out John's Comics with Kids. The link is right there too.
No, not Independence. No, like so today, you know how they have all the X books that they're coming out with, right? The new X-Men, like now they're not on Krakoa anymore.
Yeah, I haven't read an X-Men in years.
Same,
Yeah.
except for a few exceptions. They
Exceptions.
exceptions. Yes.
So,
They-
so if you guys, I'm just going to say this quickly. About if those who are watching YouTube, Perry Comics has a check mark. It's because he's over 100K. So you guys don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. You can just tune in and just watch it. Either way, you get some money.
Where the fuck is 100K?
It doesn't work.
Boy, that's really racist. If there's 100 of them.
Now, can Zach maybe continue what he was saying?
Sure.
Yeah.
just-
Or would
Share
you like
this channel
or would you
with me,
like to
Dave.
relate?
Where'd everybody
Yeah,
else
you
go?
know. Now you have our undivided 10.
I didn't want to be by myself, dang it. I just wanted to.
By myself.
Look, it wasn't funny when I sang that at karaoke. It's not funny.
Yeah, actually, it was funny when we just did it.
Well, I was just say if you sing at karaoke, oh man, those poor people.
Those
Unless
poor-
you want to one of like those karaoke booths where it's soundproof, no one outside can hear you.
See, Breen and I realized that we
That's
can't sing. See,
So no,
Wait, with your car, that's not karaoke.
they've had all these X books they've been announcing, and so Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly got one of them. And
Yeah.
you saw that the NYX.
No, I heard somebody said they wanted to punch Lansing Kelly. I think it went okay.
I kind of agree with them. Like normally I'm okay with Lansing and Kelly,
Right?
but this
Yeah.
one just made me want to like no. It's all like it's Kamala Khan, two of the gay young mutants, one of the Stepford Cuckoos, and then X-23. Like, and it looks
X
it makes me
Factor?
want to go back and read
You
old
mean
new X-Men.
the real Wolverine.
Excuse me.
No.
She's gone back to being
Is she back to? I think she's back to being X-23.
You
X-23.
saw where they gave Stephanie, Stephanie Phillips.
Yes, not
Well,
Williams.
It's
I know, it's either way which one you're getting,
difference
it's
does
same.
it make? That's why I call him Pick a
Well,
Stephanie.
Stephanie Phillips is
Pick a
Eliza
Stephanie.
Blue of comic.
Wait, so what happened? Wait, what happened with Stephanie? Whatever her name is.
She's got one of the X books.
I think I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, no, she's got the Phoenix one. That's what it is.
Well,
She's
my
got
thing,
the,
my thing
that's
is
an X book, right?
yeah.
My thing is you have X Force, but nobody on there from the X Force teams. Wolverine's not on there. Not that I require.
On the X Force.
Yeah, on the X Force.
Yeah, X Force is the Jeffrey Thorne one. Yeah, that one's got Deadpool and Forge.
My
But-
thing
Yeah,
is,
that's
like,
gonna suck.
you know what I'd rather have? Just give me the '90s Jim Lee Claremont lineup for the regular X-Men, and then just go do the normal line you had for X Force.
Hold
You
on.
wanna
I'm
have
going to
Deadpool?
show you what you need.
If you want to
Hang on.
have Deadpool on an X Force team, that's where he belongs.
This is what you need. Rather than getting NYX or Nix or whatever the frick they're calling it, this is what you get. New X-Men.
Is that a
This
poster?
No, this is a book. This is a trade.
Oh, I had to look quick because you're moving.
Actually, this isn't even issue number 1. This starts at issue number 20. This is right after House of M. So it ran all the way from before House of M up to around the time Messiah Complex happened.
So like I said,
There's already a book called Nix NYX. It's I think it's by Dynamite.
well,
This one stands for New York X-Men or something. I
So
don't know.
Nix actually was first, and that was over on Marvel back in the 2000s, and that's where you got Laura Kinney from with that series.
Also,
Yeah,
but
the
I
first appearance is worth like $400.
Yeah,
I never put this together, but Mark Brooks was the artist on this.
Well, yeah, that's why it had amazing art.
No, not Bagley. Brooks, the guy who only does covers now.
That's
Because
why
they
you had-
said
that's
he
why-
can't
that's
do
why- that's why you
sequential
had amazing
storytelling.
art, though. I'm saying.
He also did the art on some Ultimate X-Men or Spider-Mans or some later on down the road.
Yeah,
there.
something like that. But yeah, this was fun. This has almost all the characters that are in the NYX book, except for Kamala Khan.
Don't tell Breen.
And it still doesn't change the fact that Mark Brooks was a dick.
Oh, of course he is.
Yeah, he's a dick, but I said he's a good artist. You know,
I mean, some of this
EVS is
actually
kind-
does.
I don't agree with EVS in a lot of things he does, but I will not fault that he is a good artist.
The more I look at it, the more his art actually does look like Mark Bagley. But
Well, I
like
mean,
one Mark sub in for another.
Well, like I said, maybe they all have a connecting house style. It's not that
Maybe,
we're style anymore,
maybe.
but maybe they have something they have to want to make it similar. You know, because kids can't handle change these days.
Yeah,
Man, has it really been 2 years?
I feel like it's been about that long.
No, he's talking about the videos. Yeah. It's last one you did was I was right into COVID. No, you didn't win COVID.
Oh,
think
no.
you did.
It-
After
it-
COVID,
it
it might have been
post-COVID.
2021,
It
2022.
would have been 2022. I guess it's like, damn, I didn't realize it'd been.
Well, if you've changed everything around their house as far as book stuff, haven't you?
No, not
So-
really. I've noticed. I went back and watched that video where I did the tour. It's amazing how many of the things that I just put in piles to get out of the way are still
See,
there.
If you're talented like Perry just whips on his phone. He switches to that while being in the room on his PC. He gets on his phone and he just cooks a steak dinner at 3:00 in the morning while on stream.
If Perry asked you to jump off a bridge,
I'd ask which bridge.
that's what I thought.
The only one that I jump off of is the Baltimore one.
No, seriously, I was on a hangout with him, and he's done this twice now. After drinking for a couple hours, he goes and he goes down there. He starts cooking his steak.
Perry!
the platypus.
Yes. Like I said, I always want Perry cooking with Perry. That's what you'd have.
Well, Perry, I hope you have a woman in your life that loves you half as much as Vegman.
Are you mad because I'm not praising you? You feel neglected. should we talk more about Breen? Past knowledge?
I'm
You
old
just
news.
spent 30 minutes talking about wrestling.
Oh,
else
and
does
you
he
didn't
need?
talk a whole bunch about the
Um,
Robotech or whatever the hell that stuff you guys were talking about.
Zach,
Cross?
if you're not okay with us talking wrestling for half an hour, I'm sorry, son. That's a Zach problem. You need to get with the program.
You got 99 problems, son, but wrestling shouldn't be one.
That's right.
It's not a problem. Look, I'm able to get caught up on some reading, so
Problem is that Zach is the problem.
I get that a lot.
Hi, it's me.
I'm the problem. Yes. You turned me into a Taylor Swift song. Thanks for nothing. No.
Mine's Zach, and I'm the
I'll
problem.
write your name.
Hi, Zach.
That's my next shirt. My next shirt is going to be "I am the problem."
Yeah.
Well, at least your dad will say,
Do you know?
"Well, son, it's manlier than that one piece thing you wore to lunch the other day."
Do you know that would be
He's
better?
just freaking manly as
So
heck.
that
man.
shirt would be even better if it was the live action version poster of him, the wanted poster.
Yeah.
Of
No,
Goofy.
are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Better than the anime? Where is he? There he is. The
Where is-
anime
I don't know what
was
side he is on.
Huh? There's 9 squares on this thing. It's the whole crew. I have to look.
Oh, hey,
Hollywood
a
squares.
square wearing a bunch of squares.
Okay,
It's
I have
wanted posters.
Yeah.
They're all wanted posters.
I have a rant.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll have dreams where I'm like trying to find a place to go buy baseball cards because I collect baseball cards when I was a little kid, and then I got back into them as an adult. And so finally, this past Sunday, the Reds had posted their "We don't want to
I
win this
miss
game"
wrestling.
lineup. Oh, fuck you! And so, and I saw a commercial. I saw or heard a commercial for this shop close to where I live. So I went there, and the place looked like those cell phone places where there's really nothing in the store but bare walls and
Yeah.
a couple of chargers, and it looked like that. And the guy sitting there behind the counter couldn't have been less interested in helping anybody. But so I went and started asking him some questions, and I could tell it was annoying him to have to answer them. So I said, "All right, well, I hate when people don't come to my store and don't buy anything." So I said, "Yeah, I'll take 2 packs of cards." A pack of baseball cards is $5.50 fucking cents now
Woo.
for 12.
With no
So-
gum.
This little stack cost me $11.
God. I mean, yeah. That's if I go by like for
Wait,
the
is it
card
Topps?
trading games, they're all about that. It's like $11 or $12 for a.
Oh, okay. See, I got Hunter Brown. See what he did today?
Mm-mm.
Gave up 9 runs in the first inning to the Royals. Most
Ooh.
runs of Astros given up in the first inning since
Maybe
2007.
maybe in the future the worst players will be the most valuable cards.
Good. You have Fat Pete Alonso. I have him. The Mets scored 16 runs today. He didn't have dick to do with any of it.
Hold on, let's keep going.
All right.
What else you got there?
I got somebody named Seika Suzuki. I think he hangs out with R-Truth on Raw.
His last name is Swift, Suzuki Swift.
No, here's Anthony Rizzo. He sucks now.
Does he have
Well,
Riz?
he's got Rizzo.
He's got Riz. Y'all are all too old to be saying that word.
Let's see who it is.
Charisma. I know what it stands for at least.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. You get a pass then.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna start showing off stuff from 1961. That's better.
Okay.
Look, there's
Oh, nice.
God.
Don't look. Zach will prove these are all white.
No, there were black players in there.
What?
Yeah, let's say Jackie Robinson was playing way before then.
No, MK Rizzo stopped hitting. What the hell? He's not old enough to be a 180 hitter.
Now I'm scrambling to find something to show. Oh, okay, good. You're all up on there. Okay. I was about to go find something to show.
Well, you could always put on your Katharine Hepburn hat.
Rizzo is the male version of Lizzo, poor fella. Rizzo's a rat.
Rizzo is a rat. Rizzo is one of the best Muppets.
Now,
And a
unfortunately,
big lady.
Rizzo will always be a baseball immortal because he was on the Cubs team that finally won a World Series.
And Rizzo is someone from Greece.
I just said that she's a pink lady.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is she really? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that she was supposed to be a teenager. She looked like she was about 40.
Her pet. What was his name? The guy. Oh, it starts with a K. The one that was Zuko's friend.
Yeah. I don't
He was the
remember.
one that was
By the
dating
way,
Rizzo.
Pinkman, congratulations. You know more about a musical than I do. I don't know that much about
You've
Grease.
never seen Grease? I don't love Grease. I'm just saying I've seen it before, though.
Yeah, you
Like,
just know more about it than I do.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
I'm trying to compliment you. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do.
See, Zach, I love Zach. You know, he's nice to me when I'm addicted to him.
Yeah,
see that way, that two way. You know,
I have issues. My therapist says I need to stop enabling people.
Pink was a jerk, but I just can't quit him.
I just can't quit. Please don't put me in one of those videos like those shorts you did with Breen. Please don't put me in one of those.
Breen just left us. Oh, oh no! Too soon, Breen. Watch out, evil black cat might get you.
Yeah.
The joke.
What was that awful video you put in the thing with that black cat? That weirded me out.
I missed this one. Is there? I have a dream speech because I'm Kelly was. Oh man. And Powerpuff Girls. You didn't watch Powerpuff Girls? At least it was a Cartoon Network, man. I watched Dexter's Lab and I'd watch the Beyond Before or after. So I just watch it, whatever. Sometimes
I watched a lot of Boomerang. We didn't watch a lot of Cartoon Network though. Maybe some Toonami for like the anime, but
Jojo.
I know of Mojo Jojo, but I did not watch
Kaneki. Thank you. That's what it was.
Kaneki. Yeah. I was wondering. Yeah. He actually was on Babylon 5.
Good actor.
And
I didn't watch Babylon 5. I mean, I heard that's also a very popular show. That's Michael Straczynski had left working on Real Ghostbusters to go create that show.
That movie eventually wound up killing him.
Dude,
because
the
guy that Jeff Conway, the guy that played Kaneki, there was that scene, where he's doing the angel thing where he's like floating along.
Yeah.
That hurt his back, and he wound up getting addicted on painkillers. And then he just developed a really huge drug problem, which eventually killed him.
Well, MK, if you say that, you got to see Real Ghostbusters, because otherwise everything's talking about the Filmation Ghostbusters, and I would still choose Captain Planet over Filmation Ghostbusters. Captain Planet was weird because it's like
I haven't seen either of those cartoons actually.
Tim Curry doing a voice of one of the villains. I put up with it because it's freaking Tim Curry.
I would assume the Ghostbusters cartoon would have been better than Captain Planet. I would have assumed.
Real Ghostbusters is probably the best cartoon I watched growing up, other than Batman.
Best cartoon I used to watch was probably. I mean, honestly, I didn't start watching because Justice League Unlimited didn't come out until I was already in junior high. Yeah, so as a kid, probably the best cartoons it was probably Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, like the old school stuff.
Well, you were probably watching the Bugs and Tweety show.
Bugs Bunny and Tweety show Saturday morning. Oh heck yeah, ABC. Absolutely. We used to watch like some of the older Disney ones, like Timon and Pumbaa had a cartoon, and Goof Troop and DuckTales.
Yes.
But and Tailspin. Tailspin was probably my favorite.
There was Gummy Bears.
Didn't like Gummy Bears. Gummy Bears was too kiddish.
You might have been too young for that too.
I might have been too old for it. At 5 years old, I might have been too old.
Well, when it came out, it was.
It came out in the late 80s, didn't it?
It was around
early 90s.
990. I was 5 years old, so you would have been like
90. I was like 2.
I was just gonna say that Marania, that he was something happened where he couldn't do it, and also Ernie Hudson auditioned to play his role from Ghostbusters on one of the two Ghostbusters show.
Yeah,
they told him he didn't sound like his character.
They got some other guy playing it, Buster Poindexter, Buster
Poindexter.
But thank God we did not get Tim Curry voicing Joker on Batman. Mark Hamill is just perfection comes that. But Don Cheadle's Captain Planet was the best.
I did watch Barney. I did not watch. My parents would not let me watch Teletubbies. And I'm very
I
glad.
wouldn't let anybody watch Teletubbies, including
I
myself.
wouldn't let my worst enemy watch Teletubbies. Those things look like demons.
Tinky.
They had like those empty
But the
shark
guy
black
inside
eyes.
the Barney suit was a
People-
kind of a.
People are
Barney's
so,
suit is also pretty.
well,
yeah.
people are so upset because they're like, "Oh, the one Teletubby's got a purse." I'm like, "Are you assuming the gender of a Teletubby? How do you know?" Well, the rumor was the person behind the suit actually is a dude. Same with Barney. Barney was like, "Oh, it's a girl." Where do you guys see this stuff? Like, the internet wasn't like when those were on, especially Barney.
The Barney was played by a guy, and he had I heard he had kind of a digital problem.
See, that's another thing. Where's your facts to bring this up?
No, I said I didn't say there's facts. That's the only fact is I heard he had a digital problem. I'm not saying he did.
Nobody has a P Diddy problem here, or anybody else. But I love cousin was afraid of Barney. He thought he was.
Look, hey, I was afraid of Chuck E. Cheese for a while. Like I could not go to a Chuck E. Cheese. That mouse scared the crap out of me.
When you were in the rice fields with your hat on there, you saw the giant rats. That's why.
You ever loving mess are you talking about?
Your hat. It looks like people from the.
We're going back into Pee Wee Herman comics now.
It's this guy. He has no. That's not.
We've gone full circle, Jeff. We've gone full circle back to Pee Wee Herman.
Yep. And at least you know the difference between Pee Wee Herman and Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Only one of them got shot in the back of the head.
I was to say one got more than one shot.
Fear Monarch is kind of right though. He watched Rescue Rangers and got other feelings for mice. Yeah, because Gadget was not bad.
Rescue Rangers or the Rescuers?
Rescue Rangers. Rescuers was like Ava Gabor and Bob Newhart. Actually, Rescuers cast was kind of stacked.
Yeah, I know.
But no, Gadget. Was it Gadget? Yeah, because Gidget was someone else. Yes,
Gadget was one of those was from the Gremlins. Was it either Gidget or Gadget?
That would have been No, that was Gizmo.
Okay, that's right.
Gizmo, yeah.
And Marnie is right though. Like
Yes.
I said, with the whole Piscord thing, I don't go out and just start attacking people. Like I said, I wait for actual like conviction and actual stuff.
You do not deal in allegations.
Yeah, just like the Jonathan Majors thing. Like I said, everyone like, oh, he hit her and all that stuff. It's like I'm gonna wait up for more information first. But we live in a society of hyenas.
We do live in a society. Speaking of which, you're gonna go see Joker.
And they're all Ed. Because they're Lion King reference. Let me out.
Joker 2. They did the trailer for the new Joker movie.
That looks. I didn't even like the first one. The second one looks horrible.
So the new Joker movie looks. It does not look good.
I'm intrigued.
It's just wow. Jeff, don't go towards the light.
No, I won't. I should, but save me a bunch of.
It's right above you.
A bunch of pain. Yes, I see that. Save me a bunch of pain.
Do you have your camera light on, Breen?
No.
On your phone?
Yeah, he does actually.
Yes.
Oh,
I told him that about an hour and a half ago, but he didn't. You know, I said, Eric, you have your light on, and he just.
Well, I don't. The light over here finally died.
Oh.
So I need the phone flashlight to read comics. I guess I forgot to turn it back off.
Like I said, like I thought it before. I'm like, well, maybe it's a reflection. And I was like, wait, he has his phone light on. He's like, I'm amazed you know how to turn it off. With all the problems you have with your phone.
But
no, seriously.
I was watching. I was just scrolling Twitter and
anything new.
Well, enough that I don't think I'll be watching season 3 of Reacher.
Oh,
what's up?
I mean that guy has gone from 0 to Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo is rational compared to this idiot.
You mean the Reacher guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you when he first came out and stuff. You know, he went against Elon Musk. He was upset about the whole blue check thing and whined about it. And then he comes out as a Christian, and like it says, like it seemed like a classic thing. And I'll go, well, no, I'm not a bad guy. I'm a Christian, like Democrats. A lot of politicians.
Then I guess Hollywood must have given him a talking to.
Well, John Cena was forced to be naked on the Oscars. you know. But anyway, like I said, I'll see what Reacher does as long as it doesn't affect the actual show. I don't care. I mean,
Well, again, I said,
it's to the point where I can't watch anything. Then
no, there's okay. It's like I don't even know if I think he's offering these opinions now because he's trying so hard to.
Maybe.
And I said, Mark Wade's bullshit doesn't show up in his writing, but I won't support him.
Yeah.
At some point, you go too far, and I think you sacrifice principle if you continue to support somebody that basically calls the preferred candidate of half of the country. He calls that candidate a rapist. That was actually incorrect.
Is that what he just did? The Reacher guy?
That was today. And he also, what did he say before that? He said something else that was just extraordinarily stupid.
He said that you should not be subscribing to Geeky Puppet Show. Cancel that, man. You should be subscribing to our channel. Get us past up to 600. I want to get to 600, bro. We're at 547 now. Thank you for whoever just recently just subscribed. We're at 16 people watched now. Like I said, just having fun right now. I love having you guys all here. We're just talking about nothing right now, really. Just spitballing. And it's cool to see people just watching. Especially Perry, because Perry's awesome.
I'm not spitting, but if you are, that's cool. Just wipe down.
Hey, let's not make the joke about that.
I was trying to make a joke, and then you made a joke
today, but earlier in the day, it was cops can kill people because they're cops.
Obviously, he didn't see the video release where that guy emptied his clip.
Well, that's because it didn't show up in any of the headlines.
Glimser's probably right. I'm having trouble getting other roles, so Trump is, rapist, whatever.
Well, fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that's great. Get all the roles, and what it is? An audience that doesn't pay for shit.
You know what it is? Because he wants to be Batman, so he has to go full libtard. That's what I think it is, because he wants to get into the James Gunn thing. So he has to do all.
He's too muscular to be Batman.
I said he has to be Hawkman.
I don't see him with Hawkman either. He's too clean cut. He doesn't go grizzled enough.
He has gone grizzled before.
Has he? Has he gone? Okay. Well,
if you want to see, you need to go back and watch. I think it was Hawk and Titans. Actually, he had a grizzle.
He was Hawk and Titans. He was Aquaman in Smallville, then he was Hawk and Titans.
Yeah, it's like I said. I'd love to see him as Hawkman, but I mean, Batman. You go for Arkham Knight. You gotta dye your hair brown, or darker, black. He doesn't seem too. I mean, in Reacher, he's still got that Boy Scout personality. He'd be better as Captain America. But
maybe as Wildcat.
Hollywood, I don't expect people to say the way they are, because eventually everybody the shoe drops, and that's sadly the way it is. And I try to be optimistic, but I said I don't really.
He has given the most polarizing views of pretty much anybody in Hollywood at this point. And he's going out of his way. Like I said, two of them on top of each other. Like I said, once again, a little angel of society accidentally shoots 11 rounds at a cop before they return fire. But of course, the news leaves that part out and shows pictures of him at his high school graduation and how he was going to be a nuclear physicist. Because they all are.
You probably didn't hear about this though. In Wyoming, it was over the past week or something. There's a 14-year-old boy that was being stalked by two kids. His girlfriend's work. He was with his girlfriend and her friend at the mall. These two kids, the ski mask come up to him, basically assault him, beat him up, smash to the ground, and then stab him. And you're going to hear about the news because, the names sound like they might be of a certain minority color, skin color, and that's why they're not showing up in the news. It's been suppressed. Mm-hmm. But like I said, that is horrible. 14-year-old, and I'm thinking like, where is the security if people wearing ski masks in the mall? Don't tell me the malls are packed, they're that busy that they can't see this. They have cameras. Most malls have at least 2 or 3 people.
Well, because in a lot of places it's now more or less illegal to self-defense has become illegal.
Yeah. Yep.
Helping people is borderline illegal. If you, like I said, that Daniel Penny, he's going to jail.
Yeah.
But the people that
my mall has 3 guys. They have 2 Segways. They still have those things. Oh, it's kind of funny. Every zoom. They zoom past you on those. I'm like, you're gonna run somebody over. They've had more security since even before COVID. They had a lot of security because of the fact they had a shooting in one of the parking lots between 2 gangs that came down from the north side. So they've had cops up there, and the cops don't play. They're not like the Milwaukee cops. I'm in Milwaukee County, but like I'm like outside the city of Milwaukee, the cops are allowed to do their jobs. They arrest people, They actually do, like I said, and there are people who don't like cops. I get it. There are bad cops, but there's not so many bad cops, so there's no good cops. It's not that way.
This is simply to they're going to push and push and push
until narrative, yes,
until people start fighting back, which will give them the excuse to bring in martial law. Because I said they are creating the problem, and then they're going to offer the solution.
Yeah.
And it's taken decades already. It's going to probably take another decade, but yeah, it's all part of the one party system, one government rule. And I said, we'll. It's a good way to get kicked off the air. So
real quickly, I'll just say this: David Hogg had his little speech thing. Chinese American came in front of a lady and she said, like, so you think, she's like, I come from basically where the Communist Party, oppresses people and all that stuff. It's like, she's like, can you guarantee that the United States, if I give away my guns, we all take our wins, that they're not become a tyrannical government? He said, no. She's like, well, why would I give you my gun then? I've actually lived through oppression. You haven't. Saw that. And little white boy, and he just basically made him shut up. He couldn't say anything. David Hogg is one of those guys who's a professional activist. Mm-hmm. If you can't see that, you're either blind or you're ignoring it.
He's the guns Greta Thunberg.
What happened to Kyle Kushner?
Oh, that's another. Yeah, I don't know. I stopped following politics on Twitter. I just muted everything, because it got to the point where everybody, as soon as Trump lost the first time, they all turned on Trump.
Well, he was the conservative at that school.
Yeah,
and he was the one that was always pushing back against David Hogg. And then there was that third girl that looked like a burr-headed Zendaya that just disappeared altogether.
She was a Cuban girl, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Shane O'Connor.
Yeah.
She's gone too because they have you're useful idiots, useful people, and they're just gone. Well, and now we got a Flight 2 thing going on, though, like George Floyd in the case.
Oh, that's what they're trying to make out of this, little angel that we're supposed to forget shot at the cops 11 times.
And he was on probation for gun charges to begin with.
Yeah, but getting off this topic, though.
Well, I got to say real quick. Fortunately, this one's not taking. Yeah. So that's good.
I think the reason maybe is because so many people were just done with this shit. We're done with everything.
I think so too.
We're not. It's not. It's because it's not COVID lockdowns. Trump's not in office. If Trump had in office, it would be George Floyd too. Anyway, so anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything new as far as comic books related? Any shows? I did hear from LK that Fallout episode 1 was really good.
I watched it earlier today. Actually, it was really good.
What was
Fallout? The new Amazon show they based off a video game. If like a bunch of nuclear bombs go off and these people live in vaults
And then I
underground.
saw tweets of some guy said he was triggered by it because there was sex, torture, and violence. And I was like, sign me up. I'm going to have
But is this Walt Goggins is in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Amazon Prime. Maybe.
It's pretty good. Yeah, the first episode
How long was the episode?
About an hour, a little over an hour.
Yeah.
There's like three main characters that it follows. Like right now, they're all separate. I assume they all intersect at some point.
Sex, violence, and
But-
torture. I mean,
Yeah, so far it was the first episode was really good. I enjoyed it.
And speaking of good stuff that's on Prime, that the one with Giancarlo Esposito is good too. Parish.
Breen said he watched that. I
It
remember
was
that.
okay.
So
There was another show that or a movie maybe. It was on Netflix, I thought.
I mean,
That
he
he was
was
in.
great, but the show itself was kind of. I think so. The person that said this put it best. If this show had come out in 2005, it would have been wow. But we've had so much in the last 20 years like this that it's not really doing it. I haven't watched episode 2 yet. And if I really like something, I pretty much, catch them within a day or so. He was okay. And then, MK, my favorite thing with him, well, other than obviously Gus, because that's such an iconic character, he was brought onto Homicide in the last season as the I think he was the lieutenant's son. And seeing him as a young good guy was weird, but
seeing Giancarlo Esposito as being a good guy would be weird for me because I saw him 3 times being evil in Miami Vice, and then seeing him on Breaking Bad being the evil guy, and a lot of people forget that he was the homosexual bad guy in Breaking Bad. It's funny that's not brought up more.
Was
But
he
I mean-
gay on Breaking Bad?
Yeah, he had a lover.
That went
Mixed
over
with
my
the
head.
cartel. Yeah. See, as I said, I'm shocked that was never brought up. That was never like, oh my gosh, Jay Carzino, he put a gay guy, It's like it was because him and his cartel lover, that he's able to get the job opportunity to do the lost chicken job because he was fighting
I didn't know
against.
he was gay in that.
Yeah, go watch it again. I was shocked too when I watched it. I was like, yep. And here he goes. Yeah. His boyfriend is the guy who was killed by the cartel guy in Mexico.
Mm.
Yep. By the swordsman, right?
The twins?
Hawkeye. The
Okay.
swordsman, that character, that actor. Lorenzo, or what his name is? The one that was coming after Gus Fringe. I forgot what his name was in the show it was in Better Call Saul. He showed up and he was expecting the site to want to get in there because he knew that Gus was building something at this site, which was supposed to be going to be the laundromat place. So he's the one that was hiding in the tunnels. Yeah.
MK, I hope not. MK.
Yeah. Yeah. Gus' entire thing was avenging his boyfriend that got killed. The more you know. Yeah, he makes a whole village statue tribute to him. Yep. Dude, yep. Like I said, I remember that. They really expanded on it in I believe in not in Breaking Bad, but in Better Call Saul. But I mean, I think it was also implied in Breaking Bad. I think maybe I'm just thinking it's just because those shows kind of blend together because they use the same people, it's the same storylines, everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it happened. Did they show that he was gay in the Better Call Saul, or if it was in the Breaking Bad? But I think it was in. I want to say it might have been in Better Call Saul because that's the showing of beginning how Fringe, got with the cartel and stuff. It's vaguely applied. Okay, so it's vaguely applied in BB. Okay. Yeah. Isn't that a shocker though? Like I said,
I guess if you're not looking, you don't necessarily find something because I never knew that.
See, that's my whole motto. I have people that say like they're looking for this, and like they see it, but I'm not looking for it. A lot of times I don't see it unless it's obvious. It's like Alex Summers is gay. Did you know that?
That's-
Wow, I forgot about Alex Summers. Was
They
she
made
gay?
him too.
Sorry, not Summers. Danvers.
Danvers.
Danvers. Oh,
Well,
okay.
she is sick.
She was gay though.
Well,
No,
yeah. Don't you remember that episode of Breaking Bad when she burst into the scene and said, "Hey, I'm gay over on Supergirl"?
Yeah, Alex Summers would be a guy. That's Scott's brother. Havoc.
If she just shows up on any other CW show from the multiverse, hey, catch me over a Supergirl on Monday nights. By the way, I'm gay, and then just.
But
I
when
would've
she
loved
started
it.
showing up on other networks,
If she would have
that's when
started,
you knew it was really getting heavy.
if Alex Danvers would have showed up on Supergirl or not Supergirl, but on Batwoman and said, "Hey, I'm gay," I would have loved it. Been like, Ryan would be like, "Bitch, you crazy."
She'd come on to Batwoman and go, "I'm gay," and then they'd all go, "Get in line."
Right.
And that line wouldn't be straight, by the way.
No.
I don't know. Like I said, I love the content. I mean, as far as the reviews of Pixel Online got on this channel covering Batwoman, as bad as it was. I mean, I was drinking every episode for a while. Let's get through it. But man, the views on that. Same with Resident Alien. We reviewed that, and we get a lot of views on that too. We cover X-Men '97, like 40 people.
Melissa Benoist, or however you pronounce her name, is not attractive.
Benoit.
I disagree.
I disagree with that.
She was cute.
She was. I mean, she looked better in the skirt. Then they gave her like the leg
She
tight.
looked better on what was that? What was the musical show she was on?
Glee.
Glee.
Please.
I saw
Grant
clips
Gustin,
of that.
Grant Gustin was actually on that show too.
Yeah.
That's why they did the musical.
The musical episode. Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Laura Vandervoot, or whatever her name is hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of.
No,
Who was
not sort of.
All right. MK wants to know who is the hotter Supergirl, Helen Slater, Laura Vandervoot, or Melissa Benoist? Helen Slater was the 80s girl, next door girl, next door girl vibe. The vibe. Laura Vandervoot just seemed like the girl who was kind of like out of your league.
Yeah, so far you're doing great.
And then Melissa Benoist would be like the girl that you'd kind of want to date, and then find out that she likes girls. Am I wrong? You know, I'd rather grow up the girl who played Super Banshee on Supergirl. Forgot her name.
Right. She was okay.
She was actually a really good actress. Even the one that was on Smallville was a really good actress too.
That was Vandervoot.
And really, was she on? No. I'm not about Supergirl. I'm talking about Banshee. Super Banshee.
Oh, okay.
The actress, the one that screams at Clark when he's in the motel. Oh, accurate description of Vanquin of all three. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Laura just seemed like the model thing, and then she was in that show called Bitten, where she got turned into a werewolf.
Yeah.
My sister watched it. It was okay. Oh, was that Tana? Yes, great on Smallville. Even better.
She was in Reacher season 2. That was the same girl.
Yep.
She was also in a show called Breakout Kings. I think it only lasted for like 2 seasons.
Wasn't she on Hawaii? I thought she was on Hawaii Five-O.
Serinda Swan.
Yeah, Serinda Swan.
She was also Medusa.
Oh, and Percy Jackson.
No, in the Inhumans.
No.
No, she was in one of the Percy Jackson movies, I think.
No, the one that played Ares' daughter was the other one, the girl with the big boobs, Alexandra Daddario.
And remember,
she was Athena's daughter, not Zeus's daughter.
Well, I'm sure they probably not.
I know some of them.
And remember, they totally did not suck.
No, of course not. Not the Alexandria Daddario bits, anyway. Those.
No, so I was talking about the
Latina's Supergirl. You're talking about the one from Flash?
Or the one.
When he says Latina, that he means the one from the movie.
Honestly, I
didn't find her very attractive though.
She was okay. I mean, where she remind me of the girl from She was
short haircut did not do it.
The short haircut girl she was also on Van Helsing, but she started out in Z Nation. She was George on Z Nation. The short hair. She was kind of muscular.
But I can't say Sylvester George.
When they got to Canada, they came across that tribe. That there are people they had zombies that were actually talkies. She was in there. She was in charge of all that.
Well, the Flash, the Flash, or the Supergirl in the Flash movie. We've seen pictures of her.
Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
And she's a lot prettier because remember that was at the height of the, you take that male gaze bullshit. So they taped her breasts down. They basically portrayed her as a boy. Now, guy I work for, who fancies himself a progressive, now he goes, I thought that was a boy. It's not rah rah. That's take that. It's like I thought that was a boy. Yeah. And I said, yeah, it's because if you didn't know.
Oh, what's the other thing that's going on right now? If Rhea Ripley, on not Rhea Ripley, what's her name from Sigourney Weaver, her character Ridley, I guess
Ridley.
Ellen
Ripley.
So that's going across right now. Somebody had a hot take saying if they had done that character today, they would call her woke and all that stuff. Honestly, people are putting pictures of her on I see it's on dress and her underwear and t-shirt. I said if that was 2024, I would expect it to be a dude because most of the people in Hollywood I see are women turn out to be dudes, or act like dudes. Like I said,
the reason why they say if this happened,
and it wouldn't be written the way
where they call her woke is that's who people always point to when when people say that there are no women actors. We always point those as
it would be woke because my argument would be woke because it would be written woke.
Oh yeah, well that's
also that part was written for a male. That character was supposed to be male until someone said, "Hey, why don't we just get her?" And they're like, "Hey, good idea."
Yes, they would give her his actual balls. And that scene where she's in underwear, you'd see a bulge.
Balls, actual balls.
That's gonna be the name of some chick in the next Bond movie. Is balls.
Well, look what they did with Hellraiser. Pinhead is actual transgender person.
Yes.
And I'm just like,
and in that remake of that movie everyone loves that they always do at Halloween, that had to do midnight showings, the sweet transvestite.
Oh, Rocky Horror.
Yeah,
Rocky Horror.
They actually had a transsexual play that, and even though which I didn't like the first movie.
It was Tim Curry though. He wasn't transsexual.
Right. No, he was supposed to be. He was a transvestite. He was a transvestite.
Oh, you're talking about the Fox production of it.
Yeah,
the live version they did, and
right.
I forgot.
They recast that character with a transsexual.
Before they did Grace, they did that. They did that one.
They don't even pay attention that he says, "I'm a sweet transvestite." He's supposed to be a transvestite, which is a male.
I was watching the Saturday Night Live. They're trying to sell Tim Curry was on SNL skit back in the day, trying and the thing is they had all the shops there. And he's like, the guy comes in, is wearing the costume. He's like, oh, it looks good on you. They're trying to sell the merchandise for the movie. So they're selling out full lingerie for guys to wear. Oh my gosh. Imagine if they did a sequel. Tim Curry and Drake. Sequel. Oh my gosh. I never understood the love for that. Now, especially the scene with Meatloaf was just kind of that was way that's when you kill the shark. But and some catchy songs, I guess. The Time Warp, But the Sword of Heracles hangs over my head. The guy swinging from the sword or chandelier or something like that. The guy that the movie is so awful. I couldn't even follow half of it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen the whole version of that.
She's trying to bring back a guy to life, her own monster, Frankenstein creature, and it's a guy, the perfect specimen. And then when he comes alive, he hates her and just frees. And he's like, "What the heck?"
Bride of Frankenstein.
Transformers, dudes in disguise. Yeah, pretty much. The RC is a dude. I'm telling you, there are no female Transformers.
You take that back.
Hey, it's Yes,
she's lubed up and ready to go. Oil lube job.
Yeah. Apparently, somebody said that Sigourney Weaver refused to shave her pubes for that role.
That's a rumor I could have lived my whole life without knowing. Thank you.
So they tanned her skin so make it on so she wouldn't notice it as well. So yeah, can you imagine like a woman having told you have to shave your pubes because you're not allowed to show pubes in a big screen movie? It's a radar movie.
That happens.
You got chest burster. You got people with freaking face huggers, but a few pubes is going to be too much for you. No, long hair makes for good. All right, that's too far. IPA.
I was gonna make that joke, Perry, but I didn't.
I need a drink. I need a good tall drink.
Yeah.
Or sleep. Sleep would work too.
Right. So what do we learn tonight? Transformers Armada is probably the best Transformers cartoon. The Black Cat said that. We learned that Fallout episode number 1 is pretty good. Also, that Fallout they released all the episodes that just released.
They did. They dropped the whole.
They splurged.
Which is weird because Amazon doesn't normally do that. They normally do the weekly releases.
No. The point where now Netflix is doing that. Amazon's doing the opposite now.
They are. They're doing that for One Piece, actually. The newest season of the anime, they're doing weekly drops.
I saw there's a movie out for Netflix.
There's multiple One Piece movies.
No, I mean, is that a summary of seasons?
A few of them are. 2 of them are.
So I can just watch the movies
and whole story arcs. Yeah.
Can I just watch the movies only?
Yeah. That's what I tried to get my sister to do, but she's like, I don't have time.
I'd rather watch the movies and then watch 1,000 freaking episodes, okay?
Oh, you're not going to get that out of 2 movies. I mean, those 2 movies maybe cover like 30 episodes.
That's insane. And people are complaining about 3-hour movies.
Not me. I don't complain about them. I love.
I saw online. You're like, someone was complaining. Can we stop doing the
like movies? Lord of the Rings extended editions?
I've got the extended versions. Thank you very much.
Oh look, that's their best impersonation of my dad right there.
You're still here, son? Go away. That's your best impersonation.
What are you still doing here? You got your own house?
Yes. Armada was all right. I'd argue G1B Sports and Transformers Prime were better. Transformers Prime art was horrendous on that show.
Yeah, it's not great.
We're not.
Yeah, that's right, MK. That's right.
We're not addressing that comment because I don't want my narcolepsy to hit in. Okay.
That's gonna be a new character in the next New Warriors book.
Narcolepsy?
Yeah.
Narcolepsy. Don't say that. Don't jinx my.
Wasn't there a girl called She was a No, I'm thinking of Deuce Bigelow, Mel Jiggle. Didn't the girl was narcoleptic? She kept falling asleep in Mel's legs. She went to go bowling and she fell asleep. She's scared of the fans of Supergirl actress Melissa Benoit.
I'm guessing that's where she was topless.
She was fully full.
Oh, really?
Really?
Wasn't she a brunette?
Dirty blonde. Dirty. Not as blonde as she was.
Dirty blonde, he says. I'm gonna have to check this out.
Yeah, that's dirty.
Not as blonde as she was.
How dare you have seen this, Zach, and not shared it with anybody? You were married probably when you watched
haven't seen it. I just know of it.
Oh, you should know of it for research.
There's a difference.
Because
I was interested in checking out Homeland. I was like, what's Homeland about? And somebody was like, oh, the actress who played Supergirl was in it. I was like, really? Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, she's only in like 1 episode. She's in this. She's naked. I was like, oh.
I haven't seen it. I just know of it. Conversation. You didn't work for this conversation. I was just having in my family's group chat. I can tell you that much right now.
If you want to watch something really good, you should watch The Americans. Kerry Russell. Ooh.
Who's Kerry
Russell? A few things there. Really? You know what Kerry Russell is?
Oh no, I do. No, never mind. She was in Mission Impossible 3.
She was also the main character in Felicity.
Yeah, and she cut her hair.
The original WB show.
Well, that was the show that introduced us to Jennifer Garner.
Yes,
she was her sidekick on that.
And you had Amy Jo Johnson, Pink Ranger.
But
Pink Ranger, yep.
Yes. Yeah, actually, the first 3 seasons of Homeland were terrific.
Is that Claire Danes?
Yeah, and the guy that went on to star in Billions, played what's that?
The Rock.
No,
I don't know. Well, it was a Ballers, I guess.
Ballers,
yes,
he was
Ballers. But yeah, it was a really, really good show. But then it just kind of got more absurd as the years went
I
on.
only know it's Felicity because my oldest sibling was like in love with that show. She loves it. My other sister was watching Dawson's Creek. I don't want to live. How does the song go, Zach?
I didn't watch Dawson's Creek.
Will it be yes or will it be maybe?
I actually stayed in a town called Dawson's Creek. It's in Canada. I was on my way back from LA up to here, and I was driving, and I said, "Okay." It didn't seem like there's anything past that, and so I said, "Hey, Dawson's Creek." Never watched the show, but I'm like, I got to stop here. And got a hotel, and
I just remember, I think of Winchell too with Charlton Heston. I want to steal a girl. His interactions for his Steve.
Hey, wait a minute. My mom likes that show, Gilmore Girls.
I'd watch that show.
That sounds like that's like a great low budget horror movie.
It really does.
I'd watch that show.
one.
Oh my gosh,
That's great.
oh my.
Gilmore Girls.
Apparently, what's her name? The girl from Smallville, the crazy one, Christy Mack, or whatever.
Allison Mack.
Allison Mack is already out of jail. I heard.
Yeah.
You typically get off of prison sentences when you're.
That's the wrong word to say when you're
attractive
using Allison
woman.
Mack. Okay.
Yeah.
Considering what she was in for. I'm rewatching the OC.
Wait a second,
Oh yeah.
at some point, someone realized that, oh my God, we just put her in jail for the same thing that the entire town of Hollywood is.
Hey, I'll just say the mother from Gilmore Girls slaps better in Bad Santa.
She is pretty attractive. She is my favorite part. If I ever have to watch, what's that movie? The Pacifier with Vin Diesel, because she's in that movie.
You know, Zach? She loves coffee. OC, that's Olivia Wilde, right? And then
What's Olivia Wilde too much?
That's Tom Hanks' son, right? Isn't there?
Yeah, Zach. Clay Travis has a new coffee business.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah.
Everybody's getting coffee businesses these days. I can't keep up with them all.
But as a good conservative,
They'll have a coffee.
you might want to look it up.
There's him. The Quartering does coffee. Geeks and Game. Jeremy. Not Jeremy. Nerdy guy. Pepe Larrat. Greg. No. What's his name? Beardy guy. Gary. Yeah, Nerdrotic. That guy. He does coffee.
I think he said Pepe Larraz. I knew exactly what you're talking about.
I was like Pepe Larraz. Who's the guy? Everybody does coffee these days. I will check it out though. I probably, if not for me, for my dad. My dad loves Clay Travis. So.
Well, he already knows about it, probably.
He probably does. Karen has coffee. See, everybody has it these days.
He's the only guy I know with 100K subs that does not have merch at all whatsoever. There's no hat, there's no shirt, there's nothing. They're like a little button.
Perry, you got to get on that.
I know, right?
Get some hats or something.
You need to be stream sniping us so we get more views. Allison Mack will get a gig with Pete. Wow. We just can't let the P. Diddy alone, man. I guess
leave Diddy alone.
Well, no, the whole thing is like now people are speculating.
That guy's transitioned already.
Now people are speculating that Justin Bieber got raped at one of his parties.
After the whole Drake Bell thing, I think it's a.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a.
Well, that's another thing too. Drake Bell apparently, I
don't think it's too far of a leap to make.
Will Friedle or whatever his name, the guy from
Will Friedle.
Yeah, was apparently wrote a letter of support. And also was at the trial in support of this guy. But apparently, because he had known this guy since he worked on Boy Meets World with him, and it wasn't like he was a young kid at the time. Will Friedle was like what 20. Actually, no, he was 28. That's what it was. He was like 27, 28, and. I understand you hang out with a guy that maybe they're really nice. I had a guy in here, Slick Jimmy. I, talked to him. Never would have known that he was looking at child porn. He got arrested for that. I had no idea. But I mean, going to a courthouse and in support of someone because he said I'm being falsely accused. And I'm thinking like you're 20 years old. You should kind of take it back and look at this. But I understand like there are people who are diehard. Like if Zach. Turned out Zach did something, and I mean, like,
I killed a man. dumb.
just to watch him die.
I meant like something offensive. Zach, I meant like something offensive. Like Zach came out and said he's racist.
Yeah, we know exactly how y'all react.
I'd have to like take a step back and like take a look at Zach and like, is this guy, you know, a racist? You know, he wears a white shirt. You know, he's got perfect hair and he likes to wear pointy hats. You know, I mean,
because the hat that I get mocked for the most is a pointy hat.
Every bed sheet in his house is white. I mean,
they're gray actually.
Even the comforters, they're white.
How do you know what my bed sheets look like? I don't have a camera in there.
I had an intervention with your family. They were telling me about this, and we're just trying to reach out, man. It's okay. Anyway, though,
Harry, you were on my good side for a long time there. Don't cross that line. No, like I would do anything.
Wait a second, Perry. He's not a little racist. He is over 6 feet tall.
That's right. I stopped being a little racist.
I mean, might be a little, at this point in your life, might be a little racist. Just go all in. like, don't half-ass it.
Never half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing.
Kid gets out of this. Zach has Jurassic Park PJs.
No, I do not anymore.
He grew out of that phase. He's no longer a Jeff Goldblum fan.
Oh, I'm still a Jeff Goldblum fan. I'm still a Jurassic Park fan. I just don't have the PJs anymore. They don't make them in adult sizes.
I mean, the guy who created Jurassic Park pretty much was it John Hammond, whatever his name was evil.
In the books, he was. In the books, he was an evil son of a bitch in the books. In the movies, they tried to make him more like Walt Disney-ish.
Isn't that funny? Look, when they take it's what Hollywood does. They take villains and try to like make them look like they're good people.
Walt Disney was kind of a scum.
He rooted out the communists, so
he was a virulent anti-Semite.
The sugar and salt, and
that is also what I have heard. But
yeah, see, there's proof.
It's a complicated thing because but then he also wanted to root out the communists and everything. So it's like,
so they're gonna have another Jurassic Park.
We really don't need it.
Who's the main star again?
They're trying to get Scarlett Johansson.
It's Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson could be the most liberal person I'll watch, but I'll watch because she's nice looking. I won't.
I don't know, man. I don't know if she can beat Bryce Dallas Howard running in those heels. And
Bryce Dallas Howard is getting a little hefty there.
Hey! In the first Jurassic World, the only good Jurassic World, she was a looker.
If I want a hot ginger, I'll get the other one from Firefly, one that was on Mad Men.
Was she on Mad Men? Oh, Christina Hodson. That girl can't run. Are you kidding me? She's gonna fall and
Hendricks. Not Hodson.
Hendricks, not Hodson. Why do we get Hodson?
Who's Hodson?
I don't know who.
That's me. I'm the hot son.
I don't know where I got that name from.
She can do what she's hot. She can do whatever she wants. I'll watch. Yeah, pretty much. That's the way I feel, man. With Scarlett Johansson, I watched even that weird creepy movie she did where she's an alien. She was like killing dudes. She'd lead them back. Yeah.
There's quite a few of those movies where there's a hot alien chick.
Well, I'm not talking about Species.
Or Claudia Christian in a movie called The Hidden, and
the S-Files. She was on there too. Yeah, she was a psychic, and she was romantically connected, or psychically connected to this alien that took her form and just gave her orgasms. Really messed up stuff out there.
What movie was that?
It's called the S-Files.
I gotta watch.
It was like the X-Files, but with softcore porn. It was messed up.
Wouldn't it surprise me if it was the X-Files, because the X-Files actually had a lot of celebrity guests. Like Jack Black was in an episode.
Johnson, we're gonna clone her and have her run around. Yes, and Death by Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, that's right. She can put me in a triangle lock whenever she wants to.
Evil Black Cat is funny.
Apparently, the Young Bucks made a video talking about All In. Got ratioed to hell. Like I said, just going back to what I said earlier, they're done. There's just going to get dogpiled at every turn.
Yeah.
A long way to go to rehab that image, and like I said, it's not for me. It's like Marvel outsells DC regardless of quality. WWE will always be immune from criticism. because they're WWE. And I said that's fair or unfair. That's what AEW is up against. And the fact that they are making mistakes, unforced error is going to make it that much tougher.
Yeah.
So I said and honestly, at this point, I think the smartest thing to do is Tony Khan and both Jacksons need to disappear like Jimmy Hoffa for the next year.
Or be behind the scenes, not just.
That's what I mean. Just no public appearances of any kind. Just stay behind the scenes and get.
Even if it was, they'd still say that Tony blamed Tony this. They anytime Edge wanted that time alone, they said, "Well, that's because Tony told them to do this." No one tells Edge to do anything.
No. Like I said, Edge went to AEW because Edge wanted to still wrestle.
Yeah.
Vince had told him, said, "We're just going to use you for special occasions."
Yep.
And basically, like, might as well be on a Legends contract, and he didn't want to do that, so he left.
Speaking of Brock Lesnar, do you think he's coming back?
Yes,
I've heard he is. Because
apparently he's sitting this out because the whole trial has to be done.
Yeah, Levesque said no, but like I said, a month, 6 weeks from now, when the Rock bump has completely subsided, and the ratings have dipped a little bit again, yeah, they'll bring Lesnar back.
Well, especially you don't have if Roman Reigns takes like a good sabbatical.
Oh yeah, well, yeah,
they're gonna bring him
they've
back
basically been existing without him for the past year anyway.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think they're.
Do you think anyone will ever beat Roman's reign?
I see what you did there.
Yeah. What? What are you upset about there?
Nothing. I'm not upset about anything.
What was
I was
that?
laughing at what he said.
I saw what you did there.
He said he saw what you did there with Roman's reign. That's
we've been on about the time it takes to watch Gone with the Wind.
Yeah,
I've never seen it yet, so I still won't.
Also, the length of the extended Lord of the Rings movies.
What man in the box? I'm awake.
Am I the only one of the four of us that likes those movies?
No, man. He only owns WWE or doesn't own anything else.
No, he doesn't own anything now.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's out.
Yeah, he sold it to TKO Sports.
Yep. Sold all of it. Got his money. And
he's going to need it for the lawsuits.
Well, if the lawsuits pan out in his favor, he's set. Like I said, I wonder if you're going to see Stephanie come back and all that. Then
she was at the. She
is back.
She was there Sunday at WrestleMania.
I didn't say I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
And she was also at the Slammy Awards or whatever it was, or the Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah, because she avoided it. She left before all this. She saw that shit coming.
Well, actually,
she knew all about it.
Well, I don't know what she knew or what she didn't know.
She didn't want to be.
I mean, as creepy as that old man was with his characters, I would hope, and for her sake, that he at least kept that part of his life away from his fucking daughter. Now. Again,
the storylines he wanted to do with her.
I mean, I'm sure there's some easy dots to connect, but I said, I don't know, because if you're gonna do guilt by association, then she has to go, Levesque has to go, all of them have to go. It's just not. It's not viable. They didn't. It's there's a difference between It's not like they were sweeping murder under the rug. Yeah, now, there might have been some creepy as fuck things going on, but I don't know. And I said, and at what point did it stop being consensual and stop? I don't know. I said, none of us will know. No. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But so if she wants to come back, fine. I don't give a shit.
See, I just learned something. I can make people moderators. I did not know that because I am not the owner of the channel. I'm just the manager. I'm the night manager.
I didn't know Maranya was into spreading fake news.
I was wondering if you're going to see it. I don't want to read it because I'd fall asleep.
What?
A part of it, I can't read it.
What are you talking about?
He said Gone with the Wind is a way better way to spend your time than watching
getting
Lord of the Rings or Jurassic
Getting your
Park.
fingernails pulled off is a way better way to spend your time than seeing Lord of the Rings.
Uncultured. I try to spread some culture here. I try to talk One Piece or Lord of the Rings.
Are there any black people in Middle Earth?
No, because it was
There
Where
was
did that go?
no, that's not true. On the Lord of the Rings show, there were.
That's why we don't own the Rings of Power. Actually, no. Okay, so I'm going to try to make this
Wow,
as short
Zach
as
doesn't
possible.
even need a shovel to bury himself right now.
Rings of Power. We'll put Breen to sleep.
We don't care about Rings of Power in this house. We do not know. In Lord of the Rings, there are people of different races, but Tolkien originally designed it as being like a prehistorical version of England and Europe. So that's why predominantly most of the characters are white. They do mention other countries to the east and south where people are different colors, but they don't take place in those countries. This has been my TED Talk. While I'm here, though, we could talk about Hobbits, or we could talk about the anime Lord of the Rings movie that comes out in December.
How about we've been doing this for 3 hours, 45 minutes?
We could talk about death.
I think we just did.
I agree, Melania is not fake news, even though I haven't seen one of the 3 movies.
So you're going to talk about what you don't know.
Well, no.
Zach, how long have we been doing this, and when has that ever stopped any of us?
That's true. That's actually true. That is factual.
Yes. Oh, hey, yeah, that movie looks good. The anime movie.
Seriously, can we wrap this up?
Yeah, I do need to be up.
You should have used protection before we started, Breen. All right, if you guys haven't done so, please check out our Ko-Fi link right here going across here. Like, subscribe, leave a super chat if you want to. You guys are more than welcome to. Reason I say super chat or Ko-Fi link is if you donate at least $1 or whatever, you can help us choose our next reading.
Be sure to tune in to the beginning of this stream later so you can see us all with 5 o'clock shadow.
So you can see them all right after they shave. It's like a time lapse video. It's crazy.
Right, as honestly, I feel like Zach just grew that during this.
I just trimmed it yesterday, actually.
That's what she said.
And no, it wasn't Ellen Ripley.
I knew it.
What that little bastard put in sports ball?
Oh, dude, what's up, man? Barry, thanks for the super chat.
MTV Top 20 Countdown, December 1986.
You just had to do that.
I like this Perry guy again. Perry, you're my new favorite person.
I like how you're like back. I hate him. I love him. I hate him. I'll love anybody who gives me money.
I don't even get the money. I'll just watch Lord of the Rings and I'll offer commentary. Hey, do you know this actor actually broke his foot in this scene? Yeah, I'm that guy.
Yep. We kicked the helmet. That's a real cry of pain.
He knows. Yep. I hate to look a gift horse in the mouth, but I mean, like, this guy's got over 100K subs. He's only giving me $5. What the hell?
And he actually owns the horse too. That his horse from that movie. He kept it.
Reacher left the Catholic Church.
Really?
Of course he did.
So
well,
my girlfriend also left the Catholic Church. So
I hope he joins the Ladies of Perpetual.
Well, that explains why.
My dad left the Catholic Church and then went to and joined the Lutheran Church that we belong to.
Yeah,
of course,
so
Zach,
people leaving churches isn't really new to me. Like, people do it for different reasons, but it's not like a...
Well, the fact that she left the church and then came to you, that shows her taste.
Wait. They bent you over? Does that mean there's no more steaks on live streams anymore? You're going to like takeout?
I've got to pay taxes pretty soon too, Perry. Trust me, I'm getting ready for it.
Yes, the church elects Luther. That's what I said. The Luther Church.
The Luther Church.
Wait, the BBC one with Idris Elba? Oh.
That
back
one,
to
that one would be pretty cool.
honestly, where he says it here, it says going back to chicken. Chicken's probably better for you.
Chicken's pretty good.
And can we leave now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gonna eat supper yet?
No, I did.
I haven't.
All right.
Let the Geekeasy eat.
All right. Thank you guys for showing up. We have a couple readings tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe to Two Real Comics or Two Real. I can't wait. Click on Perry's channel here. I'm sure he's got links to his other channels. Just click on that. Yeah, check out Jake's Kingdom. Check out John's Comic with Kids, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe here too as well. And hope you had fun. And thank you again to Perry and everyone else that showed up, because I gotta say Perry because I normally don't see him pop up here too. There he is, right there. Two Real Entertainment.
Well, I'm sure now that he knows how much you're going to slurp him when he does, he might show up more.
Once again, why are you so jealous about who I slurp and who I don't slurp?
It used to be me.
I mean,
He's just mad because he's not the favorite son anymore. That's all it is. It's a jealousy tactic.
That's true.
Wait, no. What? Jake's got banned? No, you're serious. His channel got banned? Oh shit! I didn't hear about that. That's banned from streaming because his channel's still up there. The last I checked, dude, that's crazy. Oh man. Oh, he can't go live. So I'm at whoa. I mean, once it did show a gun off on the channel, but yeah. How long's the ban? It's like because I remember our other guy, Comics, was banned for 3 months because he showed a clip from One Punch Man, like 30 seconds.
Oh shoot.
Well, that was. Don't you remember that? It was a couple years ago.
Yeah, you gotta be careful then, because I saw that clip on the X-Men review. That was yeah. I was like, hey,
that was before we started.
Marani, if you showed your balls on the stream, that's probably why they got canceled.
Oh god. Might have been the Christmas tree.
We're never getting out of here.
No, we're not.
We're not. This is our home now. Just have my mail forwarded here.
Shit. Well, Perry, if you want to join us on Thursdays, you're more than welcome to. You got books to show off. You can show off your Hercules books. All right. But anyway, thank you guys for all showing up. We're almost at the 4-hour mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the Trusty? Where's Trusty? Trusty should be here for this.
Yeah, where's the signs? I didn't see no hour 3s. I didn't see no hour 2s. I'm a little deprived here. But anyway, have a good night, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow with a couple readings. Going actually Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for more readings as well too, and then back to Tuesday.
Amen, son. Amen.
That's the best Zach has ever looked.
That's fair.
Later, guys.